Hello, and welcome once again to another episode of Third Action. I'm your lovely host, Jason, and these are the same three rats that were here last week. In the bottom left, we have Regan, Belladonna, Catfolk Wizard, played by Char.
It's almost Halloween. Happy Halloween. The episode will be very scary. I've decided.
Excellent. Oh, right, I guess Halloween is this week, huh?
That's
It
this
is
way.
a few days, like 2, 3-ish.
The spooky little rat in his spooky little corner. The bottom middle, we have Mayhem, Vigilante Fighter, played by Will.
I feel like the bottom middle is not a corner. Just to be clear, it's
yeah.
very much so not
Edge.
a corner. I'm on the edge.
The spooky edge. All right. And in the bottom right, we have Felix Milos, human bard, played by Alex. Hello, Alex.
Squeak squeaker, squeaking.
Squeak.
Excellent. And last week on Third Action, that's not the right thingy. Yaha. Last week on Third Action, a group of intrepid adventurers made their way back to town with the findings from the mysterious ship, the Disruption, that had crashed in the bay, or rather the Jagaria River, just outside of, within Corvosa's waters. Some of the clues you found included a lot of signs pointing to the cult of Urgathoa, the goddess of aplenty and undeath. And you spent the day kind of digging around trying to find any leads or connections to some of the names you saw amongst the clues. Unfortunately, if the cult of Urgathoa is operating here in the city, they must be doing it very secretly because no one you talk to seems to know anything about it. Having kind of concluded for the evening, you all return to your abodes. I was going to clarify. Oh, right. Tullios. When you returned home, you saw Lizzie doing some practice work with some study scrolls that she was given by Van Carlo. And if you help train her, you will eventually learn the duelist dedication. I said I would tell you which feat it was, and that is the feat.
Right.
And that's for four days of 4 8-hour blocks of time, and you've got a 4-hour block in already. Regan, you returned to the academy. You found that it had closed its doors due to the pandemic that is sweeping the city. You have gotten them to allow you in for now, but we'll see what happens this morning. And then Felix, your last thing was this morning. You were introduced to one Aries Yellow Eyes, a wererat old woman who has implored you to help quell the upcoming violence that her people wish to impose upon the city of Corvosa. She has told you about an execution that happened last night that has incensed one particular firebrand, Gierig's Ripper Claws, who is currently riling up a group of like-minded wererat sympathizers down in the sewers. You agreed to help. She was looking for Mayhem, but you agreed to see what you could do. And she gave you the location of the sewer entrance, as well as how to get to Gierig's lair. And she also left you with the street corner that she can usually be found at if you end up needing to talk to her again. All right. I think that's enough for bookkeeping. So, cool. What am I doing? I'm jump ahead an hour here. Since we started with Felix and Aries, Yellow Eyes, let's go ahead and jump to Regan. Oh, actually, no, it probably makes sense to start with Felix.
I'm so excited. I'm just like, oh.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Next time.
I put the plot ball in his hands, so I need him to get the plot rolling.
Hold the plot.
Well, I'll get the plot rolling. Basically by heading out to go find Tully. I'll ask Zalera to help distribute a message to actually both Regan and Tully, to let them know that we seem to have a new problem that has stricken Corvosa. Not that we, didn't have enough problems in our problem stack already, but it seems that unrest from the were people down in the sewers will bring yet another terrible plight onto everyone unless we intervene. I don't want to ask Tully if he wants to get to come here, or if we should go gather elsewhere.
Does Tully respond?
Eventually. Tully is kind of busy this morning as he is actually practicing with Lizdy, so I'm not sure if this message comes psychically or if Zalera actually manifests.
Oh, well, I think the practice you had done last night is, this morning Lizdy is already at work, and I think you said you yourself were going to work this morning.
Then yes, if I was at work, as long as she's not, like, literally showing up and haunting me while I'm in the middle of a bunch of guards, that might be a little strange.
No, she tends not to fully physically manifest in front of you, especially for these relay messages. It's usually just kind of like a whisper in your ear.
Yeah. I mean, it's causes her enough difficulty already, I'm sure, to have to even do that. But I would definitely step away to respond. I'm happy to meet up later today. Just need to finish this shift and make sure that everything is set. Who did they ask for exactly? They asked for Mayhem?
They asked for Mayhem.
Then Mayhem will help.
Oh, great. I'll try and prepare a bit by gathering what supplies might be smart to take down into the sewers.
All right. Regan.
Well, they didn't ask for me.
Oh.
Asked for Mayhem.
Yes, but it's like 2 out of 3 musketeers. It just wouldn't feel right.
Is this an alarming situation? I guess you said it was an alarming situation. I'll get back to you. Is the response. Very, very descriptive response.
Non-committal.
Yeah.
Okay. Tully's gonna meet presumably at the Script and Scrimshaw later today.
Mm-hmm.
If you are gonna join us, please either show up or let us know.
Like trying to think like really boomer answer when they give the thumbs up in reply to anything. It's like okay, just as the reply. Okay. Sounds good.
Wander over to where she's
LOL.
floating, even though she's not floating there, and just kind of thumbs up at her.
It should be like the text messages where it's just like this text speak like LOL, and then all the adults can't figure out what she's saying, and they're like, what are these words? It's like, I've got the Riz.
I've got the Riz.
Like, some of these words were very fancy, and I didn't quite understand them. We didn't have these back in my day. She'll just respond that she'll get back to you in a bit, because she has to go for a walk first.
All right. Well, now let's go ahead and cut to Regan.
She's gonna go for a walk. All of her stuff. So what am I looking for on my walk? So I'm taking a nice stroll around campus. I would like to know if in the walls there are any like cracks or holes that like go through the wall. And I'd also like to know, is there like some, I don't know why there would be, but like a dome of magic protecting things from either flying out or getting in, or if it's just like the walls and the doors are locked and shut.
There can be magical wards activated on the campus, but they are not currently, as far as you're aware. No, you don't see or sense any kind of major magical wards blocking the school. As far as you're aware, it's just the walls. But yeah, if you're gonna wander around searching for
These walls.
any kind of crack, are you looking for just cracks or?
Yeah, like things that might go through the wall, like something.
How big?
I don't know. Actually, these are thick, the size of like a rat.
I see. Okay.
If they're really thick walls, though, I'm just looking at this picture now. That might be there might not be one going all the way through.
Yeah, they're pretty thick walls, but go ahead and give me a perception or a survival check.
Ooh. Is my survival? Oh dear. I've rolled a dice.
Okay.
Hi.
It might take you a while, but you do basically behind the academy dorms here, you are able to find a spot that's not too high up. I mean, like it's like just over your head height. There is some of the like cobblestones or like the, I don't know what you call these kinds of bricks, but there are a couple of bricks that are loose, and you can see that there's like a pigeon nest there, kind of nestled in the hole, and it's in a spot where there should be like mortar between the bricks, but that's kind of eroded away over time, and you can see light through there, so it looks like it would connect to the opposite side.
Okay. I do have a second question.
Mm-hmm.
Majenko, does he have a strength score? He must.
Yes.
Can he carry small creatures in his hands?
Oh, right. He has manual dexterity.
And fly.
He is tiny,
It's
but
tiny.
he does have athletics. If he wouldn't be able to carry anything larger than tiny, really.
Okay.
And not for like a long period of time, I imagine.
Like 2 minutes max.
Yeah, it would be difficult for him, but like he wouldn't be able to fly up to max height. Like he could. Are you just trying to get him to fly you up to the hole?
Yes, up to the
And
hole.
through?
Like.
Yeah, he'd be able to do
Could
that.
he do that? Okay.
Yes.
So. Yes, that's my plan, since there's no wards yet. Also, I guess I wouldn't know the wards until they're put up. I don't know if like my student badge would matter if it was just like no one can come in. I assume it's nobody can come in or out if the wards go up.
The only wards you're really aware of are the ones that are active during the Breaching Festival. And you're not really sure what the nature of those is. They've never had to enact any particular wards. If they did, it would probably be much more of an effort to get in or out.
Yeah, it's probably fine. And by probably, I mean, as a player, I don't think it's fine, but she thinks it's fine. So, let's see. So where this thing is there like a place to kind of duck away that no one's coming since it's behind the dorm area?
Yeah, it's in the back here, like behind the dorm buildings. There's just like a small dirt trail that like goes around the dorms area.
Okay.
And it's kind of out of the way. Nobody's really there. Like some of the dorms look out over that little pathway, but most of them are just looking straight at a wall. So you don't imagine many people are kind of looking out their dorms at you unless you make a bunch of noise.
Okay, I plan on making no noise because I plan on concealing all of this. But I will. Well, that wasn't the cast button. I will cast pest form on myself. Become a little rat, little mouse. And then I plan to have Majenko pick me up to the hole. Then Majenko's going to fly over as I smush my way through the hole.
Okay, yeah. Majenko brings you up to the hole where the pigeon nest is. The pigeon, like...
Was it there?
flaps erratically
Hello.
and smacks its head on the bricks and then flies away. Startled.
Get out of here.
But Majenko, drops you off right into the nest. There's an egg there. Or there's like two little eggs there in the nest. And Majenko will himself go fly up and over.
I'll squeeze my way through.
All right. Give me an acrobatics check.
Okay. Surprisingly okay at this.
It's a tight squeeze, but
It is a 29.
Oh, yeah. All right.
I'm
It is easy for you. You you inhale, you like squish to like a
Nice.
little, like paper thin, cartoony look, and then you squeeze all the way through and just kind of whoop, pop out to full rat size on the other edge. And you're able to kind of scurry down the wall and then down the hill to where Majenko is sitting.
And I will use the full 10 minutes of the spell to go kind of like out of eye shot of anyone who might be looking before it is
Okay.
dismissed.
Yeah, you're able to get a little bit away from the campus itself before transforming back.
Ooh. It's like, so easy. Nothing will go wrong. And then she'll reply. It's like, all right, I'm coming now. She'll head down to...
The script and scrimshaw.
Yeah, it's so hard to see. Here they go. Wee.
All right. In that case, Tully.
Working, actually. Gonna spend some time at work first, and then we'll be joining them after, so...
All right. I think we had an active roll.
I think I failed, so it was whatever this failure one is, so we can just continue that, I suppose.
Yeah, I think it was 2 gold or 2 silver,
Sure.
something like that.
I think it was silver. I don't think it was
I
gold.
think it's 2 silver.
guess
Yeah.
It was a failure, so I don't think it was gold quality work, but that's fine.
Okay. So yeah, you put in the rest of the shift here. You were there pretty early.
Mhm.
So we'll say you're done by like about 1.
Okay. Doing some work, trying to help people be organized. I'm imagining that our staff is pretty well dilapidated from just this plague.
Yes. Not only have a number of the guards fallen ill, but a lot of them are being basically taken in to help out with the various clinical efforts. And actually, during your shift, you're asked to help escort a couple of the new doctors who have started arriving in town today. And you're basically helping them like get their equipment sorted, get them a spot in the Citadel where they can help like start doing triage and such. The doctors, let's see. Let me show you
Nice mask.
what they look like. Yeah, they have. They're all dressed in sort of simple, like white doctors' clothing with like black coats and white gloves, and each of them has a very similar sort of plague doctor's mask to the one that Regan's been wearing. You help out two who are both from Hars.
Oh. They just arrived?
Yes, they just arrived today.
How big is Hars? Would they have any knowledge of some folks that we sent that way?
It's not super large, but yeah. If you do you ask them?
Yeah, I'm just making casual conversation that friends of ours made their way up that way, and I was curious if they made it safely, if they happened to run into them at all. Be casual and not be specific for various reasons. So
sure, yeah. The two of them think about it, and one of them's a guy, one of them's a girl. The woman says something like, I don't recall seeing anyone new at the clinic the last few days. But I hope they made it there fine.
I do as well. I imagine they did just fine. Just figured I'd ask. Glad you all made it here safely, though. It's been...
Yes, when we heard the news, we just thought it best to pack our things and come immediately. Thankfully, the Hars doesn't seem to have come into contact with the disease yet, and we'd like to keep it that way.
That's fair. You know what you're getting into, at least, so help them get organized. And yeah, if they haven't seen or recognized that new folks came to town, that's fine. Just checking.
Okay.
In.
Yeah. They didn't seem to have happened to notice.
It's probably better, honestly.
And yeah, it sounds like more doctors are being. Basically, it sounds like the Queen has put out like a big summons for doctors throughout the land to come to Corvosa to hopefully help deal with this.
That makes sense. That does.
But yeah,
Good
physicians leave you be as they start mixing some simple concoctions, herbal teas and the like, to help treat some of the patients. And yeah, otherwise your job sort of, or your day at the HQ goes otherwise sort of unassuming.
Okay. Then once that's wrapped and they've been taken care of and they're set up here and set and all good, then I will head to the Scrimshaw and tuck into an alley on the way.
Okay.
And change it to Mayhem.
All right. The gang's all here.
Can I spend a bit of the time while everyone's gathering?
Oh, yeah.
I had a couple chores to get done.
Yeah, go. Feel free. You had like 4 or 5 hours in that time, so yeah, you have plenty of time to do stuff.
The first thing is that with my spells back on a new day, I'd like to mend the survey map of the Rizian coast.
Ah, yes. You're not able to fully undo the water damage with mending, but you're able to get it to a mostly legible state. I believe I already kind of told you the stops that the map indicated, but there was one stop that you couldn't quite make out that was right before Corvosa.
Yeah, that's sort of what I'm hoping might have come back with the mending.
And it is a small spot. So I'm trying to double check where that was. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong page, that's why. There we go. So I don't have that one off the top of my head, and I want to make sure.
That's okay.
Can't believe this.
Okay, yes. It is. It actually, the stop just before Corvosa is actually just south of the city. In Conqueror's Bay, or south of Conqueror's Bay, rather. Which, let's see. I'll go over to Verizia. Yeah, here's Corvosa. Here's Veldrain over here. Looks like the stop was over here to the south at this like mountain range. There's no cities or towns marked there. But there is it's just a circle and the name Ivicca. Y-V-V-I-C-C-A. Ivicca. And there's sort of like a check mark there, and then the path continues to up the shore into Conqueror's Bay, and then into Corvosa.
Okay. I have another mystery word to hunt for in the wild, but I have no idea what Yavika is. Me, the person, nor Felix. I don't know that Felix would know that.
Yeah, I don't think so. Would you have any reason to know that offhand? Yeah, society?
I'll give it a check. Like my assumption was that Felix is city boy. That's the countryside.
Yeah, doesn't sound familiar to you. You're not sure.
Yep. Another mystery. The other thing I wanted to do was some shopping.
Yes.
Looking through what's over in the Gilded Knight, I have this shopping list I came up with, which is mostly some healing potions, some caltrops, a fancy bladed scarf.
Okay. Yep.
But the thing I didn't find there, and I'm wondering where else in the city I might look, would be like either some potions or some spells that would have the effect of remove curse.
What is the actual remove curse spell called? Is it called remove curse still? I think it changed names. I don't recall what it is now. Hold on while I check. If such a thing was around, I don't know if the spell remove curse is still around. To find something like that, you'd need to go to some of the churches. Those are the places that would any of the like cathedrals and would be the ones that would likely have such scrolls. You could spend some time digging around if you weren't able to go to those. But you also imagine that those might be all gone at this point.
Because of
given-
the... Yeah.
Yes.
Yeesh.
Yeah, actually, if you asked Nia while you were there, yeah, she would say as much. Honey, there's been a run on anything even vaguely health related, curse related. You name it.
I understand. I knew it was a long shot. But thanks for letting me know.
You might be able to try over at the Dawnflowers Temple, but I've heard things are pretty bad there too.
Well, maybe I'll swing by if I have a moment, but I won't keep my hopes up.
All right, well, you take care of yourself, darling.
Well, thank you. I will. And certainly these caltrops will help.
Have fun with those. Don't step on them.
I mean, they're not for me to step on.
Touche. All right. Well, you. Any other errands you need?
That was it. Unfortunately, can't get the one item that I really do think we're gonna need, but everything else is what we'll make of it. You know,
Yeah, you can certainly. You can try
grease.
to gather information to try and find such an item, but it would take time and might not succeed.
I mean, I'll do the gather information just to see if I can get a lead.
Okay.
Like we have made friends. I'm gonna put that with a question mark at the Cathedral of Pharasma. So, like, I don't know. Maybe that would come through.
Dawnflower is Saren Ray, isn't it?
Saren Ray, yeah.
And I think we've made more friends there, strictly speaking, but
Fair.
either way.
You've got like a connection at Abadar, Saren Ray, and Pharasma at this point.
But
Obviously,
yeah.
you should go to the Sanctuary of Shaylin, because she is the best.
And nobody's gone there yet.
Well, some of us don't worship her directly. Just saying.
I mean, I'll take the advice that Nia gave me and try at Dawnflower. Gosh.
I'll take you there. If I can remember which building. There it is. Okay. Temple of Saren Ray. All right. Go ahead and give me a diplomacy check to gather info. Given your other things, you probably only have about enough time for one attempt at gathering information.
I will hope this goes well then.
Okay. Sorry, just checking. What actually replaced it? Did anything replace Remove Curse? I genuinely don't know. I don't play.
Yes, there's 4 different spells that replaced a lot of those things. Sound Body?
Oh, Cleanse Affliction, Clear Mind. Okay.
Yeah, there's several options. Cleanse.
Yeah, it looks like Cleanse Affliction is the big one.
Yeah.
To remove diseases and curses. Okay, yeah, you ask around at the Temple of Saren Ray. And it's busy here. None of the priests really have much time to deal with you, and they're all kind of stonewalling you for the most part. Like not stonewalling, but like they just don't have time to deal with anything that's not helping people who are currently on the floor dying. There's a lot of coughing, itching, scratching. You see people who have the pox is kind of like and a lot of people has broken out like really severely on their forehead, like the upper forehead and around the eyes. It almost looks like a veil of like red over their face. It's quite nasty looking. But as you're like getting ready to sort of give up and leave, you see a familiar face in Cornelius First Light, the orc that you met before, who notices you and oh, Felix, is that you?
Oh, Cornelius.
Don't tell me you've come down with it.
No, thankfully, not. I've managed to avoid the worst by keeping a mask on and trying my best to stay hardy. But I'm here in hopes of trying to gather some supplies to cleanse affliction. Not for this plague, but for other hazards that I may encounter. But this plague, it looks. I feel bad for even coming here and looking. The temple looks overrun.
It is quite a difficult position that we find ourselves in. You seek tools to cleanse afflictions, then I presume you need like this one.
Not quite like this one. Adventure is going to bring me into likely contact with a different affliction, lycanthropy, and in the event that I were stricken, I wanted to have the tools at hand to be able to prevent the worst.
I see. Well, you are a friend to the church. I suppose we could spare a few, but it's really the last that we have, so I may have to charge you extra, if you don't mind.
I understand. And whatever the church needs, and I understand the constraints that everyone is under, and I hope I'm not taking the last of your supplies.
We've got scribes making them day and night, and unfortunately they haven't been too helpful, but especially once they progress further in the disease. So I don't mind parting ways with a few. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong scroll rules. Where's the scroll prices? Okay. So for a second level... Oh, I see. To get a curse, you need a 4th level version. Is that true?
I was going to ask, is this even a thing
target.
that any of us could do?
It says choose an affliction on the target, such as a curse, whatever. Okay. Where's the counteract? Why does it say that... Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how the spell works.
Same.
Real time.
So, once affliction just reduces the stage, if it has a stage.
Ah, I see. Okay. But you can attempt to counteract it at 3rd and 4th. Okay.
Yes.
So,
unfortunately, that means that cleansing afflictions really only works, or cleansing curses specifically really only works at 4th, I think. Because most curses don't have stages. I could be wrong about that. Maybe I'm misremembering.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. Let me see if you would...
Yeah, if you are only stage 1 and it reduces it to 0, then you're fine, obviously. But if you're beyond that, you can only reduce it 1, and that's it. You can't, I think...
Yeah, curses don't have stages, so...
Right.
Yeah. There's that. Okay. Yeah, you would need a 4th level. He's only going to have one of those in stock. And I'll have to charge you extra as well.
It is occult castable, at least.
I made sure that much before I went down this road.
Recall.
Oh yeah, what level are you?
I am
Fail
5th level.
5. Okay.
I think we're 2 levels short.
Yeah, this is it's pretty high level for you. It is a scroll, yeah. The scroll is 7th level. But he can sell it to you for 140 gold instead of the normal 70.
I will take it and thank him for even helping.
That's a lot.
All right.
Small business owner, got the funds.
Gotta support him.
He'll have to kind of sneak it out for you. But he's like, meet me outside, out back in a few minutes, and I'll be there. And then in a few minutes, you meet him at the back of the cathedral, and he's got a simple scroll case, and takes the money in exchange. This will hopefully go towards procuring more inks and tools for the scribes. Good luck out there, Felix.
Thank you. I truly hope this is the tool I do not need, but thank you for helping me be prepared.
Cornelius nods and may the light of the sun guide you. And he will make his way back inside.
Minus 140. Boop.
And I dropped it in your inventory already.
Thank you. I have chewed up and taken the cold out.
Excellent. All right. Well, with that out of the way, you arrive at the Script and Scrimshaw. Regan's already there by this point.
Waiting. I was called here, and everyone's late.
Yes, and Mayhem slowly skulks in sometime after you arrive.
Well, you're here. Felix is still not here. At his own home.
I was busy gathering supplies.
Running errands? Okay.
You have to leave a note.
Did we could have just asked, like, any of the people who work here. I'm sure they would have known.
Yeah, if you had, they would have answered.
No.
I didn't disappear off the face of the planet. I went shopping for a few minutes. And
You
I'll
call me somewhere. You better be waiting there when I get there. I'm not gonna ask all your friends where you are. I'm not gonna ask all these people you pay where you are. Do you pay them to know where you are? Maybe.
After being chewed out for being 5 minutes late.
5 minutes. That is 5 more minutes late than I was. In fact, I was 10 minutes early.
So it really was 15 minutes late, according to Regan.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
I'll gather everyone upstairs in my office and explain the meeting that I had with Ares Yellow Eyes and the context around the brewing war between the wererats and the surface.
I have a lot of questions.
Indeed.
We have were people living in the city, underneath the city,
Yes.
and this has been fine.
To date, seemingly hasn't really pissed anyone off that much.
Have I heard anything about this, Jason? What the fuck?
Yeah, you can give me society checks.
Like, cool, but also what?
It is
do a blind.
potential. Like, you might have heard of these before, but yes, blind society checks, please.
Oh, I just accept this as normal.
She was very
Okay.
nice.
Reagan's all
There's a
down
bunch
with this.
of
I'm
crap
like,
in the
I would have heard
sewers.
about criminal shenanigans like this, right?
Mayhem, you've heard rumors of like rat folk or were-rats living in the sewers. That you've heard rumors of them coming up to steal things in the night, but it's always to you. I mean, it's pretty popular rumors around Midland, But to you, it's always been like, that's like some crocodiles in the New York sewers type rumors. Like it's just urban legend type things. So to
They were
hear,
crocodiles, they were alligators. That was the problem. They were looking
true.
for the wrong thing. I don't know.
But yeah,
was-
it's
who was
to you, it's been an urban legend. But you've definitely heard the urban legends before.
And I'm still shocked at the fact that they might be real. Okay. So you actually did meet with one of them.
Yes, we shared a plate of cheese. She was quite nice. She begged for the help of the hero of Corvosa, Mayhem, to avert this coming war between the wererats and the surface.
I am somewhat surprised they asked for Mayhem. Blackjack showed up after all. I think they'd want to go for him, but
You seem to be a more
Cheaper.
that wasn't the word I was going for. I was trying to find a way around saying the word attainable, but okay.
We have blackjack
we
at
can't afford
home.
the real thing, but we got the knockoff. It's fine.
You actually show up when people need help. Which is to your credit.
You're not wrong. Where was it we were supposed to meet these werefolk?
We have a map to an entrance that leads us into the sewers. And from there, we have a bit of an adventure to reach their home.
And for reference, the map, it's literally just like across the street. It's not very far.
Why is everything
Convenient.
across the street?
There's a sewer entrance right across the way.
Poop in the sewer.
Kind of like right in the heart of Midland, so.
Actually, nope. It wouldn't be a good idea because we're not in the place that we need to get the water to test.
What was that, Regan?
You know, the testing of the water to see if the water was cursed.
Oh.
And I thought maybe we can go in the sewers and test the cursed water. Well, but this is a little far downstream. Maybe we'll make it more upstream. So, go to the sewers. A little gross, but
We could take samples along the way if you wanted, and
oh,
Just
I
bring it back.
forgot my jars. Darn it.
you have like empty beer bottles or something we can use.
Beer
Surely I
bottle.
have empty beer bottles.
That'd be really.
They're
funny.
sanitary. They had alcohol in them.
You show up with like these are my alchemical bottles and they're just empty like Heinekens. It's like a Mike's Hard Lemonade. It's like this is what I use. Thanks.
I mean, I truly do believe that somewhere in this place has to be a couple of empty liquor bottles.
Oh yes, I can take some from you.
Yes, you certainly can.
Yeah.
That would be good.
So we can grab some samples while we're down there. Maybe, especially if we are going upstream, as you suggested, we could see if there is actually an increase in curse. I don't know how this works.
I don't know if there is a curse. I'm just making wild guesses.
Good place to start. Well, if they ask for Mayhem, they can get Mayhem. Are you feeling up for a delve into the sewers?
Yeah.
It's only going to be a little dirty. It'll be fine, probably.
Well, as long as it's not as like wet, as deep and wet as the river.
It will be less underwater than the river.
That's
yes.
my hope. Yes.
How less underwater, I cannot promise you. But
Before we leave, how busy is it downstairs? Are we seeing a decent amount of business? I say we. Is Felix seeing a decent amount of business?
There's a couple of people in, but it's definitely nowhere near as busy as it was the last few weeks.
yeah, I imagine that everyone is, if they can, staying home.
And if not, they might be sick themselves.
Yeah.
There's a part of me that's a bit worried about having Lizzie come in every day. I'll be honest. I don't like the idea of keeping her home, but at the same time, I'd rather her not get sick by just coming in for no reason.
I don't know. I hear what you're saying, but like, I don't know. I'm thinking about the consequences of shutting down the bar for a minute. Like at that point, shields from flame and like nobody's pulling a salary at that stage, so they're not like Tace is not bringing money home, and what
We
few
have
people
funds we can
who are out there
float
aren't getting
people
you know,
for a little bit, though, can't we? Mayhem will pull out his coin purse and start extracting several pieces of platinum.
oh gosh.
We have, for the time, the concern is more, can they get food? Are they okay even if we give them funds? If this is a place that serves to support people, I don't want to shut it down. I'm just worried about Lizzie.
I understand. The plague, like when I stopped by the church to gather supplies, the plague does seem to be worsening. I sort of agree with your concern that it may be wise, especially if the Temple of Serenray is overrun already, to shut down for a couple of days. And as long as like I don't have any problem supporting Tace and Lizzie in Shields from Flame while we're closed. And we can send our regulars home with a care package of snacks to try to float them for a few days. It is probably the responsible thing to do.
We can come back to it, of course. It's not something we have to decide right away. I'm just... As we're seeing that there aren't many people coming in here already, I don't feel quite as bad if I'm pulling some of your support work staff away, but...
I mean, maybe we should go ask all of them. Like like I can definitely float the idea, and I will offer to support them. But it also feels like this decision's maybe a bit bigger than me, just me.
I think you're right. For what it's worth, I currently don't have any say in what Lizzie does. So, I'd rather not have to step in as her father and do so.
Understood. I will go talk with everyone, and it'll kind of be a group decision.
Okay. Again, it doesn't have to be right now. If you would like, we can go and talk to these werefolk first and come back.
We can have the summarized version of the conversation if you want.
Yeah, like I think if we want to do that, I don't know that I want to ask you to roleplay 3 different people at once, but
I would rather you roleplay 7 different people at once. Thank you.
Excellent. Yeah, if you pull them aside to talk to them about it, you can see that all 3 of them are very clearly worried. They're much more worried today than they have been the last couple of days. Like, first day doesn't seem very real. Second day it's seeming a bit more real. By now it's like it's settling in. This seems very dangerous. Shields from Flame has noted that a lot of people over in the Thieves camp have been getting sick. Like tons of Shawanti. Almost every Shawanti has gotten ill. Tace mentions much the same, that many of the Varisians in Trail's End have also gotten very sick. And if you're offering to like pay them anyway, like despite it being closed, they'll happily take it. Shields from Flame would actually ask if you're okay with her staying here at the inn in one of the spare rooms. for the time being, because like her entire, like all of her roommates have gotten sick, and she's starting to worry about potentially getting it herself.
Shields from Flame is not only welcome, I would honestly prefer it. Someone can keep an eye on the building, and make sure that the script and scrimshaw stays in one piece.
Okay. Yeah, in that case, all three of them would agree. Tace is happy to. She's enjoyed getting used to starting to cook, so she'll actually offer to come in and still cook breakfast and stuff. And Lizzie actually might offer that maybe they could make like some like to-go breakfast meals to just sort of put outside for people, using the ingredients that they have before they go stale.
Not to overstep my bounds, how big is Taze's family?
It's me and my 3 children, the 2 boys and my daughter Brienne.
Well, I don't know how much room you have here exactly, Felix, often, but I don't think anybody's going to be staying for a bit. Do you mind if I pay to put them up for a couple days, a few weeks?
No problem. As long as the script and scrimshaw is taken care of, we can definitely rent out all of the rooms.
Okay. Yeah, with certainly with you have 3 rooms upstairs. Each individual one is bigger than Tace's like whole house, so she certainly doesn't mind bringing the kids over here. She's actually, when you offer that, she's very thankful. Hopefully this will keep her 2 sons from getting sick, or her daughter from getting sick again.
That was kind of my thought. I didn't want them any more poorly off than necessary, especially if you're going to be coming back and forth. Maybe no need to go back and forth that way.
I see what you're aiming at. Like, if nobody has a reason to run around the city, then at least people can kind of shelter in place here.
That's my thought. And
Okay.
I will pass 4 platinum crowns to pay for the cost. For whatever that's
Okay,
worth.
yeah, you can just delete those 4 platinum, and that'll more than cover this plan.
Done and done.
Okay. In that case, Tace is gonna go run back home. Actually, she and Shields from Flame. Oh, well, maybe she and Lizzie will go to her house to get the kids, bring them back here. Shields from Flame is just gonna go grab her like essentials from home if she can, and then they'll spend the rest of the evening basically preparing like some community meals for people. All right. Well, with that plan enacted, what do you do?
To the sewers?
To the sewers.
I did have a question about,
Oh.
because Felix, you have the occult magic. I have the wand of reading, and we have the tin of offering plates, or plates, tin offering plates. These are the plates for Urgathoa. If at any point you want to see the one that wants eternal life, and
I almost
down to that.
forgot about that one.
Oh, I didn't. You don't have to do it right now, but it is an option, and which it is easier for you to cast the wand than me, but I can still do it in my own time.
I feel like as Lizzie and everyone are running around the city doing their prep work, maybe we have the time to do it. But it also depends on if the spirits are willing in this moment. Otherwise, we can just go to the sewers.
Yes, the spirits are willing in this moment, yes.
Yes, are the spirits willing?
The spirits can improvise. Okay. So you take the wand, Regan, you pass the wand to Felix. Felix, you
Yeah.
cast object reading on the offering plate from the shrine of Urgathoa in the Pantheon of Many that said, "I wish for eternal," or like, "Please, Urgathoa, grant me eternal life." Okay. Your vision goes white as you see an empty Pantheon of Many, a woman with like long dark hair, very kind of simple robes, probably one of the priests here at the Pantheon. She's like sweeping up in front of the Urgathoa shrine, and she's like walking past it as she turns and notices an older man, sort of emaciated, wearing rags, dirty feet, no shoes, kind of stumbling over to the shrine, and the woman looks at him and, "Oh, sir, are you here to make an offering?" "Yes, I don't know how much longer I have. Please." And he pulls out a single copper. "I just wanted to make an offering to her. Our Lady of Graves." Oh, sorry, no, Our Lady of Graves is what's Pharasma, isn't it? I don't remember Urgathoa's epithet, but one of Urgathoa's epithets. One of her titles. He calls her by one of her titles. And yeah, it seems like this old man is asking, he's basically on his deathbed. Oh, the Pallid Princess! Thank you, Lady Despair. Yes, of course. Well, I should know that from a different game where she comes up a lot more often. But I don't worship her, because I worship no gods. Ever. High five. Yes. But seems like an old, really, really old guy. He's dying. It seems like an act of desperation that he's reaching out to Urgathoa to please make him an undead so that he can continue living. The woman seems she seems like concerned at first, like for his health, and then once he says what he wants, she's kind of like, "Sir, the offerings are usually..." "Never mind, here, let me help you." And she takes one of the sheets of tin and brings up a little chisel and helps him etch it. She then takes it and says a quick prayer to Urgathoa and then places it on the offering rack. And the old man shuffles away and vision fades.
What did you see?
The offering was made by an old man who seems close to death. And they barely, as it stood, were able to make this offering only with the help of the stewards at the Pantheon of the Many. It seemed more like an act of desperation than the plot of a cult running around the city. And honestly, like, I hope for the old man's sake that they find some peace, even if this particular form of it is kind of creepy.
Well, at least that rules out this as any kind of lead.
true. There was a second plate, wasn't there?
There was the dinner parties to be wonderful by the Carowin. Osseo Carowin.
No. Tomorrow when the wand resets, we'll have a second thing to go discover.
Yeah.
Maybe it was the dinner party that was.
Maybe it's a dinner party. You know?
There does exist the possibility that the dinner party is some sort of code. But we'll worry about that tomorrow.
Indeed.
I'll
I'll give the wand back.
Yeah, I'll tuck it back in my satchel.
Where's this
All right.
entrance that the were-rat spoke of?
Just down the street.
What was
Turns out that there's another world, just steps outside our door.
Shocking. Genuinely shocking. Yellow eyes? Eris yellow eyes?
Eris Yellow Eyes.
And we're going after Ripper Claws.
They seem to be the one instigating the violence against the surface. I think the hope is maybe we might find a way to talk him down, but
We have other ways to talk him down if need be.
I don't know. Like there's not a clear thing that we can do here to help kind of bring the peace. This feels more like tensions have a stronger likelihood of boiling over.
I'll let you do most of the talking, but just let me know when I need to start hitting.
Yeah, I expect it to be a short amount of talking and a large amount of hitting, but
Fair
let's try for the positive outcome.
I'm ready. Let's go find a sewer.
Ooh. Icky sewer.
All right.
We'll head over to the Midland sewers.
Yes. On the street along the way, you do, well, you're over here, you do catch sight down the road by the docks, or, well, I guess on the corner here. There are a few people gathered around, like, gawking at something. It looks like some kind of signpost.
Imagine can't read it from here.
Yeah, you can't read it from here. There's enough people around it that you can't quite tell what they're looking at. It's just some kind of pole.
I'll sidle in and see what this gathering's all about on the way.
Okay. As you approach and get as you're like kind of halfway down the street, you can see as like somebody steps out of the way. That is a head on a stick on a pike. It is a large rat's head. Possibly just a dire rat, possibly a were-rat, unclear.
This is going to sound... What color are the rat's eyes?
From this distance, they look kind of beady and black.
Okay. So not this person that was just meeting with Felix the other day. Okay. Yesterday.
Excuse me. An old woman steps out behind you and like taps you on the shoulder, ma'am.
Yes. What can I do for you?
Is that you? Mayhem? She looks up at you with her very shimmering golden eyes.
I'm going to look down at the were-rat, or the rat head down the road, and also look to see if there's anybody paying attention.
She's in her human form currently.
I know.
Okay, yeah.
I don't recognize her, so I'm like,
Yes.
yes, I was called.
Oh, that's wonderful that you heard my prayers. Or my pleas, rather.
I'm no god, but I do try to help when I can. What... Felix told me some of what was going on. We're heading down to see if we can sort out this business.
Good, that's good. I don't know if Girrigs will listen, but I'm hoping that you can stop him.
If he won't listen, we will stop him. You have no concern about that. I would rather he listen, though.
Yes, but please, do what you must with Girigs, but my kin, I would prefer if you didn't. I think they can still be swayed. At times like these, the city really must come together, and with Girigs in his current state, I don't imagine they'll listen, but...
If we can get to Garrick's first, that will be the easiest. But I can't speak to... I will not try to hurt anyone who doesn't try to hurt us. But I need to defend myself. You understand?
Of course. That is all I can ask. Thank you.
Of course. I'm not here to hurt anyone if I don't have to. I love Corvosa. This is my city. You're my people.
As it is ours.
She says with a slight bow.
Well, we'll make our way to the sewers then. Just stay out of sight, especially. And Mayhem will then again glance down the road towards the head on the pike.
Yeah, you glance down the road, and when you look back, she's gone.
I need to train with them a little more for vanishing purposes. Damn.
It's an option.
It's starting to seem like a good option. I'm tempted, but we'll start with dealing with this situation first. I will return back to the others and... Well, I made contact. I think we're on the right path. Miss Yellow Eyes was on site for whatever terribleness is going on down there.
It seems like Corvosa finds a new way to be just a bit more brutal every time. I'm sort of sad to see that sight, but either way, I'm glad you made contact with Ares. Let's hope that Grids listens to reason. We don't need to incite more violence.
I do not plan to kill them. I will tell you both that now. My plan is not to kill. I hope you're all on board.
I definitely am.
I don't think I've really gone out of my way to kill anything.
No, I'm...
Yeah.
I apologize
I'm
if it
cool.
sounds like I'm considering
Oh,
you
no.
all as a concern in this regard. I'm letting you know that my intention is not to kill, so that you
yes.
can... We're all on the same page.
It's interesting, though. This is the second time in this area of the city that a head has been taken from its owner. I was actually just thinking as we were walking about the head we found in the chest, Alara's head, and how, oh yeah, that was an interesting thing. We round the corner, there's another head. What are the
Dogs
chances?
seem to lend themselves to that sort of expression, don't they?
Beheading. We have to stop beheading people. Also, the guillotine. Was that what was happening? I forget if it was the guillotine or she was going to be like hung.
Galt, I think, does the guillotine more, don't they? They've got their own...
Yeah, this was at the execution of fake Trinia. It was an executioner with an axe.
Okay, so they were going to...
Yeah,
I
they
know
had like
Galt
a
has some
the guillotine
fancy-
basket thing, but it was going to be an axe. Over it.
Manual guillotine.
Still to your point, Corvosa likes beheading people just a little bit too often.
Yes.
We'll try
I
not
said
to.
he's not without its faults.
What? Nah, this is a perfect city.
This
What are
is
you
our
talking
thing.
about? Perfection.
We love
Oh,
to cut
oh.
people's heads off.
Oh.
Reagan, looks like you're not quite at full HP. You should probably be full HP by this point.
Oh, I can't believe it. My feet hurt. I've been walking.
it's all the walking around the city, yeah. That'll do it.
Also, not sure if my robes are stacking correctly or not.
Oh, let me see. What do you?
I don't know if they stack with mystic armor. Actually, they might just not.
They may not. That's actually fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, how does Mystic Armor? Mystic Armor is an item bonus to AC and an item bonus to saving throws. Oh yeah, if you're wearing other armor, they have their own item bonus to AC and saving
Okay.
throws. So yeah, I guess the +1 from the robes isn't going to stack.
It's considered unarmored in the robes.
It's the unarmored type of
Unarmored
armor.
armor. Yeah, unarmored
Yes.
armor. So it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't hurt me, but it's armor.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So
yeah,
it should be
that's
taking
kind of what I
whatever's
thought.
the better of the two for you.
Okay. Well, nice. I don't have to cast this daily then, until it gets. Well, I can buy a better one.
Yeah, if you had already cast it, you can uncast it, knowing that the armor would. And if it was a spell you prepared, you can also swap it real quick.
No, it's just I just have a wand.
Oh, you have a wand. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Well then, you make your way in between some of the warehouses, and you find the spot that Ares had indicated. It's amidst a sort of like grassy courtyard between a couple of buildings. There's a stone like sewer entrance with just a grate over it, but the grate looks like pretty old and rusty, and if you go over to it, you can easily kind of lift it up out of the hole, and there's a ladder climbing down into the sewers.
I will lift the grate and allow the others to go first and lower the grate behind us.
I do not. Go
Any
first.
lights?
Oh yeah, lights for everyone. Lights for you.
Lights for
and you
everyone.
and you.
Yay! I will go first so that Regan doesn't have to.
Okay, so that's there. Yeah, so what's our sequence? So we have Mayhem, not Tully. So Felix, Mayhem, Regan, or Felix, Regan, Mayhem. Is that what you said?
Yeah, Felix, Regan, Mayhem. Just because
Okay.
Mayhem's closing the grate behind.
Are you guys gonna walk? So as you guys go down there, the tunnels in the sewer are what is this, like 5, 10, 20? They're about 20 feet wide at most parts. There's most of it. There's not really like a sidewalk, but there is kind of a lip on the sides that if you just kind of sideways crab walk it, you can walk on it. Otherwise, you can walk through the sludge, which isn't. It's not too deep here. It's only like a foot to a few inches at various places. So it's up to you whether or not you want to
When you
walk
say
through the sludge.
sludge.
Yeah.
What kind of sludge are we talking about? Because that will definitely make a difference as to
Sludge.
whether people want to trudge through the sludge.
Well, these are sewers. These are
That
old structures that were most of which I think were here before the city was even built. And well, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a mix of mud and fecal matter and urine, etc. So
Crab walking. Trying to.
Water.
yeah, the river, a portion of the river does like divert and flow through here, so it's cleaner than it would be, but it's not great.
Yeah, I would be trying to keep my boots clean.
Avoiding,
Okay.
if possible.
I don't think I'm
right.
wearing shoes.
Definitely avoiding.
Okay, so you're definitely sidling.
Oh yes, I had no plans on going in there.
No. Do you imagine
Okay.
how much time she'd have to spend cleaning after that?
Okay, in that case, let's go ahead and switch maps over here. So you follow the directions through the sewer, and it's dark in here. You don't run into anything while you're down here, but eventually you do see the promised location. Up ahead, there is a break in the wall, and the sludge kind of splits off a little bit and passes through that like crack in the wall. The path also continues down. The sewer path continues down up ahead.
I don't see that thing that I hear.
You do hear a bit of sludginess down there.
Okay.
Don't they normally send those little critters down to eat the poop? I forget what they're called.
Yes, there
Yeah.
are. Well, they're gone in the remaster. So the previous encounter we had, retcon that in your mind. The things down here that eat the trash are called Ofalths. OFALTH. Ofalths. OTUs, never heard of them.
No idea.
Ofalths are basically big trash heap things. They're also kind of aberrant creatures, very similar to those, but they're a little less nasty looking. They basically just like they're amalgamed trash balls, and eventually they evolve into something much more demon looking.
Garbodor. Whatever, it's the trash Pokemon.
Yeah, Garbodor, the Pokemon. Yeah,
Garbodor, perfect.
Yeah, you would have seen these before retroactively, but yeah, they look like this.
Oh, they're cuter.
Yeah, they've got kind of like insectoid appendages, but they just kind of stack as much trash and garbage as they can on themselves, and they filter out. Yeah, it's kind of cute, honestly.
Yeah.
It probably should be cute. It's kind of cute. I dig
Oh
it.
no.
I love the little mask it built for itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
So you do hear some kind of like rattling up ahead. That sounds like it could be one of those.
Oh,
It's not being particularly stealthy.
that's okay.
I think Felix would sort of advance a little bit up to the break, and then
Yeah, you walk your way over to the edge here. I'm assuming you're still standing on the stones, but you can kind of like peer around the corner through this break in the wall, and the water kind of courses ahead. It seems to go through another sort of well, this looks like it's like open to like a cavern, and the water's just kind of passing through the cavern up ahead. And eventually you see there's some ground up ahead. Maybe there's a lot of little black mushrooms growing in this cavern as well. You can also just make out some straw all the way at the far side. Looks like maybe some kind of bedding. You can also see what looks like maybe torchlight coming from within the caves. And you would also probably hear some other sounds of movement just up ahead.
I'll turn back to everyone and say it looks like this may be a better choice than continuing down the sewers, if only to avoid the Ulfarth who is likely around the bend.
Are you whispering or are you talking loudly? What's your vibe here?
I'm trying to be quieter than the noises that I hear coming from the creature around the bend.
Okay.
Like we're all ideally like rather close to each other.
Okay.
Presumably it's quiet down here except for the noises that we hear.
Yeah, you're basically hearing the
message.
sludge here, some kind of rattling, shaking. Now that you're this close, you can actually see that there's some kind of grate here in the way down the tunnel.
Okay.
Sorry, down the sewer tunnel. If you continued down the sewer path, there would be a grate blocking you where that large
That's
creature
pretty
is.
great.
I think it's into the sewers with us.
Well, want me to lead, or do you got it?
Well, I'll continue to lead for a bit, but we'll see how this
Okay.
goes.
Before you move any further, guess if that's your positioning and you're intending to go inside, let's go ahead and get initiatives, please. I will allow stealth for this, but you can also use perception if you wish.
I think we are trying to be quiet and to not necessarily anger the creature. We're trying to just get by it. So
I
I'll
think
go
that's
for
reasonable. That is. Normally I'd go for perception, but we'll do stealth. 23 total.
It is an awful skill for me. But I believe.
You can choose other approaches as well.
Oh no. It's like everyone's like,
A lot of
"Shh."
dice,
So-
Jason.
There's a lot of dice.
That is a lot of dice.
It really is.
I'm pretty like. My goal is to never get a high initiative in this game.
Well, you're doing good.
I'm
Yeah,
done
a
so
9
well.
A 9 will do
Forgot
it.
Solid.
What's happening?
So let's see, Felix, you got a 27. That beats the next best 25, 24, 23, and then Mayhem at 23, 22, 14, and Regan at 9. So nobody's spotted you yet or seen you yet. If you want to move stealthily, you'll need to sneak. But yeah, the floor is now yours.
Cool. How does sneak modify how far I can go? Like,
Sneak cuts your movement in half.
okay. So instead of running around for some 30 feet, I can maybe go 1, 2, 3 like this.
Yes. And yeah, you would move as far as you want, and then as far as you want to do in sneak, and then you roll the stealth check to see what happens.
I think I would come up to about here and beginning to spy some creatures around the corner that sort of duck behind what looks like this row of rocks and try and stop here.
Okay, so give me the sneak check first. So stealth, please.
Do, do,
Do a blind. Blind.
do, 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 do.
Questions.
Okay. Compare this to some modifiers.
Modifiers.
All right. And remember that you do have hero points. Okay, yeah, you sneak up a bit, kind of trudge through the water a little bit, and you peer out, and you can see what looks like a really large rat. Actually, 2 really large rats that look like this. They're kind of bluish tinted fur, beady red eyes. They look pretty angry. They're kind of they're like chewing on old bones. And then sitting beside them, I guess he's actually around currently. Let me mark him as prone because he's sitting prone. Sitting beside them is what looks like a wererat. I'll show you what these guys look like. They've got kind of whitish fur, very pink skin, beady red eyes. And yeah, this one's got a torch in one hand and a crossbow in the other. And he's just watching these 2 rats here.
Does it kind of gives off a babysitting vibe, like he's keeping
Yeah, a
watch
little bit.
over these?
My child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My little baby. Do I have positive rat karma because I helped the rat earlier? A different rat that is unrelated to any of these rats.
Rat karma carries, right? That
Plus
makes sense to
1
me.
rat karma, please.
It's a secret stat we
We'll
didn't know
see,
about
we'll see.
Yeah.
this whole time. Rat karma.
Yeah, we've got your reputation tallies going, yeah.
The rats.
Your rat reputation.
The rats and other weird creatures
Mm-mm,
of the
it's
city.
going-
The bugs.
Okay, but yeah, that's first action. If you want to hide here, that would be another action to sneak or to stealth.
I think my goal is I'd like to cross this gap and get to the other side.
Okay.
Where I can hide, but I would wait for an opportunity, for them to turn their head or to otherwise
Yeah.
not be literally staring in my direction.
I mean, yeah, that would be another sneak attempt.
Okay.
They're not actively looking at you. They're doing
Yeah.
other things. So
They're doing stuff. So
and yeah,
This-
for reference, this is these are some mushrooms over here, like black mushrooms, and
Ooh, mushrooms.
this is dirt here, and then this is just more water, and this here is just a column
okay.
of cave.
Then yeah. Do you want me to make the sneak attempt before I move or after?
Move first and then roll sneak.
Cool. I would try to cross the gap and get over to here.
Okay.
And sneaky. Blind.
All right. Sneak a little bit further, and as you do, you brush this rather large black mushroom, and it starts to let out this really loud whistling sound that I'm not going to do on stream because I don't want to hurt anyone.
The whistling mushroom.
No worries, let me get my other mic out. I can do this. No.
Yeah, it's a really, really, really high-pitched sound that just suddenly echoes through the caves. You hear rustling. What was that? As all of them are suddenly on alert.
Yeah, I'm just gonna chill here, not make any noise.
You do have a third action.
What do you have in your hands?
Oh, that's a good point.
I have a sword in my hands. Evidently. I'm just realizing that now.
It's not a bad thing. I'm just checking in case you need to draw something with your last action.
I hear you. No, I have a sword in one hand and my staff in the other. So I am well prepared if that has to happen. I actually will take an item out of my pouch. A scroll of invisibility that I happen to have.
Okay. So,
I'll go get out
sword
of
in
my...
one hand, other hand you pull out the scroll of invisibility.
Yep.
All
Get
right.
it ready should I need it.
You might need it quite quickly. So that whistling, screaming sound clearly has agitated these rats. So find one of the rats immediately darts out here and sees you and is going to chomp. And it
This is a
tries
rat.
to
Not smart.
bite you in the butt. That is a 22, which looks like it just hits.
Not my butt.
That's the most vulnerable part. Ah!
6 points of piercing damage, and I need a fortitude save.
You're gonna get a
No,
butt disease.
Not my butt disease. Blind.
Yes, blind, please. Where's the DC? Okay. Okay. All right. You rolled that, and then it will do one more bite as it hisses angrily at you. 18 is gonna miss by 4. A wererat stands. Who goes there? They'll hiss. They'll draw their weapon. A crossbow. Let's see, how far do they actually have to get to see you? Probably have to move up to here. stand, draw crossbow, and move. You see another wererat moving towards you, and they spot you. And humans! He'll shout. And another giant rat. This one is going to have to run around. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Runs around to the other side of you, Felix, surrounding you. And we'll do a bite. 14 will miss, and second bite. 14 will miss. Yep. Mayhem!
Hearing noises around the corner, I will start heading that direction. So we'll go down 5, across 10, 15 to flank this rat that's closed in on Felix from behind. And we will, with our nightstick in hand, go ahead and start smacking things into unconsciousness if possible. And
Alright.
we beat this thing. So that is a 35.
That will crit.
All right. 17 points of bludgeoning damage, and it is crushed.
It is dead. You splat its head in.
It is unconscious.
Oh, sorry. You say you
Non-lethal
did
damage from my
Tully said, yeah.
right.
Mayhem said.
What I said.
I forgot it's non-lethal. All right. Well, it's not insta-killed. It is instead it's sleeping.
It's sleeping very well, and you will not question what repercussions being knocked unconscious has at all. It's totally fine. So 5, 10. So
I'm gonna
20.
use the dead marker, but it's not actually dead.
Fair. And then third action, we will step here to kind of diagonal around to block this entrance, and we'll then see a bunch of other creatures and go, oh, hi. And that's it.
All right. Immediately, another rat will run up to you.
Mhm.
5, 10, 15. 5, 10.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it'll dash up to you and go for a bite.
Does hit.
25 hits for 3 points of piercing damage and a fort save.
That is actually a 29, not a or 20 or 30 even. The
Okay.
mask, I don't think.
Yes,
counts.
you're fine. I should have had you roll it blind, but you're also fine anyway. So,
All right.
it's
We
fine.
should not have had the mask part of it. That's all.
Yeah. Okay. And then it bites with its second or third action, which is a 12, and that is going to critically miss.
Oof.
All right. This guy, he he was too busy just watching the rats, didn't notice any of this until it was too late. He's gonna stand up, brush himself off with action 1. There we go. Action 2, he's gonna move over here. Action 3, he will take a shot with his crossbow. Yeah.
Oh, did you have
crossbow,
his
there
in
it
hand
is.
already?
Yes, he already had his in hand. He was the one who I described as having a crossbow in hand.
Fair enough.
Crossbow and a torch. 21 is gonna miss.
Watch out for the torch.
Fires. They burn.
Regan.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Stuff's happening.
Regan's gonna 5, 10. Look around the corner. Oh,
It's rats.
it's rats. She stops her little skirt and starts coming in the. Like, oh my goodness. This is not diplomacy. No. Excuse me. And she just starts like yelling. Not yelling super loud, but like, excuse me, rat people. So we're sorry to disturb you. We just want to talk. She's trying to be diplomatic from far away.
Love the effort.
We just want to talk. We won't hurt you if you don't attack us.
Human scum! Here to kill us all! We'll
I
have
am
to kill
not-
you first!
I am not a human. Please do not. I know you can't see me.
I'm not gonna have any sort of check here. because they can't really see you or interact with
No.
you, and they seem to be not super receptive.
Ah,
So you still have your actions. That's just combat banter.
goodness. Oh, I don't want to kill anybody. There is a rat by Felix. And this rat's sleeping, which is interesting. So I will take a little rock. Maybe. Telekinetic projectile, the rat next to Felix that's biting him. Be like, shoo, shoo. With a bludgeoning attack to the rat. 26.
Nice.
That is the first time I've ever
There's the
seen
crit.
that.
Your first crit. Congrats.
Shoo. Roll damage
Roll damage.
on the rat. Oh my god. The 17 damage. I mean,
You
there's not much way
obliterate
to
the
attack
rat.
with the spells. I don't know. I don't think you can do anything about non-lethal or lethal.
Not without a spell shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a feat called non-lethal spell.
No,
Womp
no.
womp.
Regan's
With-
like, oh
I mean,
no, the rat.
With an attack roll, if you wanted, I will allow attack rolls to be, even if they're from a spell, to take the non-lethal for -2. So if you're really not trying to kill it,
She would be in trying. My assumption was that I couldn't do it.
Okay,
But
yeah,
if I'm
no,
allowed
assume-
to, I would.
yes, assume that you can take the -2 to attack on anything that has an attack roll
Attack
to
roll.
make it
Okay.
non-lethal.
So
The
that
benefit
would
of the feat still remains. You can just make it non-lethal without taking the -2.
I was going to say, it says
Okay.
24, then still
24.
crit.
Yes, the 24 still crits.
Okay,
Okay.
sweet.
So she smacks
Oh,
it not in a very, very dangerous part of its little rat head. Shoo.
Oh, actually, hold on. Wait. No, the 24 wouldn't crit in that case.
Okay.
Okay.
I can just
But
roll.
that's still, what was that, 10 points of damage without it? That would still knock it out. It's unconscious.
Okay. Shoo. Stop it. Ugh. Just like holding the thing with the other. Stop it.
No.
Okay, a big rock beans this rat and knocks it out. Okay, Felix. Both rats are unconscious in the water.
Yeah, I would try at this point to like
Oh, there's
parlay with our hopefully new friends and try and convince them that please, we're not here to attack. We actually want to try and prevent any further violence. I am sorry for startling everyone and making the mushroom make a shrill noise. Can we not do this, please?
All right, you're just gonna try to. This would be 3 actions to try to diplomacy.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to diplomacy so hard.
Okay,
With all of my might.
it will be fairly difficult to do.
I'm
But
gonna
go ahead.
I'm gonna make this blind and then spend a hero point, not knowing what happens, to try and like
All right.
get a good outcome here. Reroll and
Hero
keep
point.
the higher.
Did it spend? Oh yeah, it did. Okay, you were at 4. The wererat hesitates, so I'm gonna give them stunned. Oh, whoops. Whee. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Is this where I can use
Stun-
pretty please?
Not in this case because that only works on spells.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
The flavor text was
a-
appropriate. That's
It's a
what I
special
wanted.
reaction, but yeah, it's only on charm spells and such.
It does say something about it being against creatures that succeed at a save. It didn't say exclusively.
Against
Oh,
an
did it not?
enchantment spell that you cast.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That wasn't necessarily a spell. That was just
I was just saying, when I read the first part of it, it said something about succeeding at a check or at a spell that you cast. So it was one or the other. That's why I was checking. Pretty.
You are correct, actually.
Well, right. Oh, yeah. Oh, it is both. But either way, this isn't a save. So
Okay.
you can't make them reroll a save that
Doesn't
they didn't
matter.
do. Okay, but yes, I mean, you think that this might be the best outcome you could get here. That they were very actively hostile to you, and now they're hesitating,
Okay.
but they're not stopping. So this wererat will lose its first action. It'll like hesitate and then
No, Girig says you all lie.
And it'll step back so that he can reload with his
Has he
second
shot yet?
action.
I don't think he shot yet.
Did he not shoot?
No,
Oh,
he-
no, he didn't shoot. He
His
didn't shoot.
thing,
You're right,
so
you're right.
He
He was
hadn't
able to
got
shot.
a chance to shoot, so.
Okay, well, then he'll take a shot.
Okay.
So step back, shoot. 29 will hit.
Yes, it will.
No sneak attack there. 4 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
Mayhem.
He has a third action. No, you're right. He was stunned.
No,
Duh.
he was stuck, yeah.
Right. We will smack the rat that's in front of us, just to begin with. That looks like a crit. Based on the
Yeah,
crit
that's a
sheet.
crit. It is unconscious for 33.
Oh, come
He's
on.
a
Let me
rat.
roll the
Oh,
10
whoops.
points.
Sorry,
Roll
10 points
10.
of damage and will be unconscious. There we go.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was 23 plus 10.
Oh, that's 23 point. Okay.
Where'd the 10 come from? Anyway.
Oh, you know what? I might have accidentally clicked the button. I think that's what happened.
Here.
Yes, I accidentally clicked the 10 points of damage. I meant to click
Either
the
way,
take
Unconscious.
the 23.
Um,
Yes, it's unconscious.
And stepping up to this other one, with our second action, we will attempt to demoralize him. If you stand down, we can talk. If you don't, you will end up like them.
Which
And
isn't
we will
dead.
attempt to intimidate.
Oh,
Oh. Do I want to use a hero point? I do. I think I do.
You got hero points. All right,
I do
spending a
have
hero point.
We're going to try a hero
Down
point.
from 3 to 2.
That brings it to a 22 instead.
That succeeds. He's going to be frightened.
All right.
Okay, you spook him out. Ugh.
Stand down. Easy enough. That will be my turn.
All right. The other wererat is going to first action become unstunned. Second action reload. Third action will try to take his shot at Mayhem.
No, get away. We can't believe your lies.
And miss. 12 is a critical miss. Flies into the wall. Regan.
oh my goodness. Oh, she's like steps over the rat. Oh,
And onto
goodness.
firm soil.
Oh, non-poo soil. Oh. Stop. Stop it. You stop it. You stop it. And then she's gonna throw another. Oh yeah, the farthest one away that's not being engaged by Mayhem. She's gonna throw like a rock at the feet.
There's some
The
bones
lady.
here. You could fling a bone.
Yeah, bones.
Okay.
Get boned!
Just add the -2.
-2. Whoosh. That would be a 19.
That will hit.
Then do some damage for the leg. It's a 14. Wow, that's a very
Oh, that's
Ow.
good.
good roll.
Oh, you like bonk him on the head.
No, the
Um,
leg. Smack
Oh,
it.
the leg. Okay.
Yeah. Ow.
Sure. All right. You hit him on the leg. Ow! It like has to reach down to.
Yes. Stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stop it. I don't want to throw more bones. That's my
Okay.
turn.
Doesn't have more bones to pick with you,
Oh
unless
my
you
God.
require it.
Let's see. What did I do here?
I need that Starfinder feat that lets me quip.
Don't mind me.
Rolling more
Rolling.
dice? Nah.
Rolling some dice, you know.
We don't have enough rats.
Okay. At the... Oh, yeah. Maybe I should hide this. Maybe I should. At the top of the round, Felix... actually, all three of you can hear scurrying coming from the back. But at least this front were-rat seems to be...
Fine. We'll hear you out.
And the other one's like,
Robert, no!
Robert.
We have to listen to what Gehrig says.
You should listen to Robert, not Gehrig.
Yeah, these guys just want to talk, right?
That's our goal.
It's top of the
Communicate.
round, Felix.
I have to remember to press buttons to talk. Yes, please. We're not here to cause more trouble or to start a fight. We really do want to try and find a peaceful way to resolve the conflict. And Felix will sort of step past Regan and into the room.
You are surface envoys?
Says the scared one.
Yes. We're here to try and understand why both sides of this conflict are angry at one another and see if there's a way to resolve this peacefully.
There is nothing to understand. They kill us up on the surface. They think we are responsible for their nasty human disease. But it isn't us.
I don't think it is. I think that it is a position formed by fear. And
You hear rumbling as through this like small crack in the wall suddenly starts to stream in a massive number of rats.
Yes, the rat pile. I knew the rat pile was near.
oh no.
A rat swarm is here, and the two of these were-rats seem a bit startled, and they're just gonna kind of back away. I'm gonna remove both of them as combatants because they're not actively fighting you anymore. But this swarm of rats is. Let's move that. I think that's about as far as I can get. A big swarm of tiny little rats comes marching in and is moving towards you, but can't quite reach you just yet. Mayhem.
Oh, did I burn my entire turn parlaying?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Mayhem, you're muted, I think.
I'm muted. You did great work for parlaying, so I mean that was a good use of your turn, honestly. Though I wish I had AoE.
Yeah, broadly speaking, a full kind of attempt at parlaying would take a full 3 actions, if not more. But you got them to stand down.
I mean, I will take that victory. I too wish Mayhem that you specialized in AoEs because this is not your thing.
This is gonna be weird. I don't know if this is going to work.
This mass of rats is tumbling towards you.
Mayhem is going to take one action to pull his backpack off of his back. his second action is going to be to pull a net out of his back. And his third action is going to be attempting to encase all of these fucking rats in a net.
Yeah.
I do not know how this works. But I have a net. There's a bunch of rats, and I want them captured. I don't necessarily need to kill them.
Yeah, I think you do an attack roll with the net, right? Or let's say use
them. I think that's
oh,
what
you do
I'm
a grapple check. Yeah, you do an athletics
I'm
check.
grappling a bunch of rats, and that's part of why I'm checking with you to see if this is kosher, because
I will
using a net to do it, but it's a little weird.
I will allow it. For
Right, let's do this. Let's have
how
some fun.
often does one get to use a net on an entire swarm?
Right? That's what I'm saying. Let's fucking go. We're gonna grapple. That is a 26.
That is a critical success. You grapple the swarm of rats. You throw this net over them, and not a single one gets loose. It's because they're are you familiar with a rat king? They're
them. Oh shit.
yeah, they're so like tightly woven and fused together. Like their tails are all in knots. So, like it's just a big clump of mice and rats. And you manage to throw this net like pretty tightly over them. And they are just fully bound. They are removed from combat.
We are not here to kill anyone.
Are these friends of yours? These rats? They look surprised.
One sec,
Look at us being peaceful.
With our big rat sack. We are peaceful.
They are friends.
And one of the rat folk, one of the wererats comes over and like strokes the netted ball of mice.
Aw.
But you didn't hurt them. Fine. I will listen.
We had to.
What
can
is
we
it you people want?
peace? What does it take to get peace with your folk?
We are aware that your kind does not cause the plague that afflicts Corvosa. The true cause of it is unknown to everyone at the moment, and the actions by people on the surface are driven by fear. We don't seek further violence, and instead we try to try to find some peaceful way to resolve this conflict. To be clear, what happened was wrong.
You hear some trudging through the water as a few more wererats come streaming out of this little cavern here.
Intruders!
They say, like, brandishing weapons, but this wererat will...
No. It's not like that.
And they'll all kind of stand down. But they're, like, baring their fangs at you all.
We demand retribution and equality. One of our own was killed, and we demand a sacrifice. A sacrifice! A sacrifice! Garrix demands blood for blood.
If he can kill me, then I'll be his sacrifice.
Oh my god, do not do that.
Mayhem.
No, there are other people. No.
Are there other people you would rather sacrifice?
Yes, like the one who is killing the wererats.
If we can capture anyone who is killing the wererats, they're welcome to be sacrificed. Until then,
No, not until then.
I will stand in.
You'll just die yet again. Do you know how hard it is going to be to resurrect you a second time in the current state of things?
The wererats are like murmuring amongst themselves over here.
Look, I'm not looking to die or anything. I honestly don't
Yeah.
think this Garrix is going to be able to do it, but
I think
it's a
I
chance to talk to him.
Yeah,
yeah
we should probably meet him.
I would pipe up and say that whoever killed one of your people is a criminal, and they will and if we can find them, they will face justice.
We will bring you to Garrix. Whatever justice he demands, we will accept.
Very well.
I think that's about the best outcome we're gonna get.
And they're actually gonna do that thing where they like where like the gang kind of surrounds you. They like they're poking and prodding at you with what do they have? What's their melee weapon? They got short swords.
I mean, they got claws, probably. They can stab at us.
Yeah, but it's more menacing with swords. So they're all just kind of they surround you all and poke and prod you with swords to kind of shuffle you
Doing it.
into. Here, I'll just kind of drag you all.
The menacing is the point.
Every time she spoke, she's like, "Shoo."
We're all
Got
pretty
that.
menaces.
I just bought this. Stop it.
Go!
And stab you in the back a little, just a little poke.
Made a hole now.
Okay, and some of the wererats are gonna stand guard back here. So it's gonna stand over here.
Wait here. I get Garrix.
He walks through the campfire. No. So in this chamber is like pretty similar to the other one, but there's like a big campfire in the center. There are some piles of straw, and up here at the north side of the room by some firewood, there's a small cage with a little black house cat inside of it.
Oh
That looks pretty
no.
injured.
Why are all these animals getting injured? And this one looks like me.
I don't like this. I don't like the cat being in the cage.
I don't like the cat being
No.
in the cage.
No.
Oh no.
Of all the things that I've been upset about, Jason, this is the most upsetting.
And on Halloween. It's their holiday.
It's a black cat. It's spooky.
For the season. Oh, what was it?
We are gonna end up
Focus.
saving every creature in
Focus.
every boss's lair that we walk into.
Why do they keep having little cute animals?
We are
in
making a
cages?
collection of all of the things we've saved. This is important.
Rat karma. I gotta get cat karma next.
Oh. Wait. Oh, sorry. One sec. It's the wrong token.
Oh, is
What
there-
happened?
Bad guy in there.
There was supposed to be. Where'd he go? But, I might have said his token art wrong. One sec. Boom, 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 boom. Plague rats. Here's you.
Binks. That was the name of the cat. That great
That.
Binks.
Okay. Why? Does that work? Oh. I know what's going on.
The curse of the black cat. That'll do
Yeah.
it. It's just staring down in that corner right there, going no. You can even look at the way the cat's facing. It's just going no. I refuse. I refuse the
So
existence of
good.
whatever this is.
It has so many thoughts.
Sorry, something's funny between these. Okay, I might just have to make him look like a generic wererat. Okay. Oh, I can just make another token here. I'll just make a new one. No. Fuck. Why is it doing this?
Technology is, how it be.
Yeah.
Yeah, as
Looking up
as
this
we're heading
thing.
over here, we're I think Mayhem
there
is
we go.
very nervous, but at the same time kind of set on trying to deal with this as peacefully as possible, while expecting that there's still probably going to be more violence. So, unless Felix is able to talk us out of this in a nice, easy way, Mayhem is going into this with the expectation of having to fight our way out.
Or apparently sacrificing himself for no good reason.
Well, again, his argument is if Girigs can kill Mayhem, then Mayhem will be the sacrifice.
That's true. They're gonna like duke it out.
Yeah, which is not to say that that's the best way to handle this regardless. I'm just... Mayhem is willing to be that stand-in if necessary. Mostly because Mayhem may or may not have some belief in himself that he can handle it. He may not be able to, but...
Handle most things, just not that one very specific thing. That was a surprise to everybody.
That was a surprise. That crit was that was rough.
Yeah, that was nasty.
That was nasty. And with the death effect on top of it was like, nope, weird.
I forgot it had a death effect.
That happens sometimes.
We all learn together.
So I'm sure this random rat person in the middle of nowhere will have no such death effects and nothing to worry about in that manner. We can just
Of
beat
course
him up.
not. Definitely not.
Exactly.
No,
Totally gonna be fine. Totally not a worshiper of Urgathoa in secret or something like that. I don't know. I'm literally spitballing. I really hope.
Okay, well,
Actually,
all right. I don't know why it's fighting with me this much, but all right.
Okay.
He's here. He
I was
doesn't
trying
have a token ring.
I'm stalling, okay? I was
Here.
Yes, thank you.
There he is. Aw.
Okay, a majestic, darker furred rat person comes, squeezes. Well, actually, at first it looks like a dire rat, but then it transforms into its proper were-rat form as he steps out. He had like a rapier in his mouth, and as he transforms from dire rat to were-rat form, he like pulls the rapier out and it holds it menacingly, and he hisses,
This is what you bring me out here for? Humans here?
and I'll show you what Girigs looks like. He's an angry little boy. He's got, dark brown fur. He's wearing a chainmail shirt. Looks like a standard issue guard chainmail to you, Mayhem.
Yeah.
Likely stolen from the guard or taken from a guardsman. He's got pouches and pouches of stuff strapped around his belt. You see little vials of red liquid that have little kind of flame bubbling up inside of them. And he's holding a very fine-looking rapier as he snarls at you all.
But between the rapier and the armor,
Mhm.
do I really think Girigs took it from a guard, or is it possible that Girigs was previously a guard?
Ah. Either. You've not heard of any Girigs in the Corvosa
Name
Guard.
Girigs doesn't ring a bell, but that doesn't mean
No.
that someone has renamed themselves. And
Yes, you
looking
imagine
at
that with a
Girigs
name like
jump out as being like distinctive guards that I might have met in the past or anything.
correct, yeah. Even
Okay.
through the sort of vaguely human features, he doesn't look familiar to you.
Okay, fair enough.
I am gonna say this is, well, no, there's not really much to. Okay,
Social initiative?
it's not really social initiative because, so he's already very hostile when he comes out here. He's like whispering to one of the other wererats, and they kind of back away.
My kin say you offer yourself as tribute.
I'd rather find peace, but if this is what it takes to talk with you, then so be it.
There can be no peace without blood.
He snarls.
Do you know
Well-
how long we have endured being down here in the sewers?
Don't. Would you like to elaborate?
There's no point in elaborating to you. You wouldn't listen. You wouldn't understand.
That's strange, since we came down here specifically to talk and listen to you. But if you insist on not being one to talk and listen, perhaps some of your mates might be more willing to do so.
He angrily swings the rapier through the campfire here, to knocking burning wood towards the wererats there, and they all kind of startle and back away.
They're certainly willing to try.
And you see all of the wererats kind of shirk away from him.
Felix would make a point of not startling at this. This is obviously like a display of force, and the point is to not back down. Instead, I would calmly say, those who have committed crimes against your people are themselves criminals and deserve to see justice. The fact that your people have been ignored by the city is a combination of fear and a lack of knowledge that your people are even down here.
Oh, they know that we're down here. And those who don't know, they're willingly ignoring the truth.
And they deserve to be educated.
They deserve to be executed.
That's what I thought you were
seems rather
originally going to say. I was like, oh my god, Felix.
First of all, if they had no knowledge, then they really can't be ignorant, since they simply had no way to know that you existed in the first place. It's one thing to be ignorant of something specific that you intend to keep out of your own knowledge, but if you had no way of knowing in the first place that you existed, how are they supposed to be ignorant, and what crimes have they deserved to be?
You talk in circles with your pretty words. You try to confuse us.
We're trying to make peace. I would rather peace than war. Are you looking?
There can be no peace.
And he's gonna try to... He just starts to run towards you angrily.
Okay.
So, initiative, please.
That would be perception, I imagine. Firefighting, yes.
Firefighting.
I would allow diplomacy initiative here.
I actually think
Or
I will-
intimidation, if you're going for it.
Intimidation would have definitely been more the goal I was going for there, but
I would go for diplomacy. I think Felix would try to pull the step out of the way move. Just to let him run against the wall.
I will perceive this. 18. That's double my last initiative.
All right.
Hey, improve it.
Okay, so Mayhem with a 28, Girigs with a 21, Felix with a 21, and Regan with an 18. Fight! Mayhem, you're up first. You see him, he's just gone wild. He's, charging towards you.
then charging back to meet him, I will step up, and I am going to do something very daring. We're going to try and disarm him.
Ah.
We're going to attempt to take the blade from his hand, to knock the blade from his hand specifically, with our first action. So that is an athletics check against
All right.
his reflex DC. Let's do that. We are disarming. So there is a circumstance bonus. And I think I'm going to use a hero point on that natural.
Okay, yeah, 21 will fail. So yeah, hero point.
And that is a 24 instead.
24 is a bit better. It's versus what? Reflex DC?
Yes, reflex DC.
That is still a failure. What's a
so that
failure?
does nothing.
No effect. Yeah. Okay,
That
so
is
you
fine.
try to bat the rapier out of his hand, but he quickly adjusts. He does seem skilled with the blade.
Fair enough. Then we are going to try and wrap him up instead, as we kind of first trying to knock the blade from his hand. Having failed to do that, we are going to, with the opening we're creating with him, just charge him and try and get a bear hug in to hold him close. So we will do an athletics check instead. That is with map. -4. dice are being mean, so that's a 13. That's a failure.
Yeah, 13's a failure. All right.
But that is 3 actions to step up and get in the way.
Okay. Oh, Garrig's turn. Oops. All right, Garrig's turn. Let's see. What's he doing? One sec. Let me check the time of month. Oh, we just missed the full moon.
Oh no!
What do you mean?
Long, I guess. I don't know.
Aw.
Said that, I was like, oh, he's no longer ovulating. That's good news.
The full moon was literally yesterday. But he's still at high
Then
strength.
Okay.
All right, he is going to jab at you with the rapier.
Ooh.
35 is a crit.
That is a crit by 2. Well,
Yeah.
30
30 points of piercing damage.
That's
not enough
strong.
to take me out, luckily, but that is health in one go. Damn. Ow.
He'll then try to claw with his offhand.
That will miss.
20 will miss, and third action, he will step back towards the fire. And that's his turn. Felix.
I will do Rallying Anthem with Lingering Composition to try and give us a little boost to DC.
It'll help, and the resistance will be nice too.
Anything. Yeah, anything will help. There's that. At least I get the focus point back.
Oop.
No,
yeah,
no.
natural one.
On a natural one, you don't.
Oh, true.
Son of a...
On a critical failure, you do not get that back. You only get it back on a regular failure.
Well, goodbye focus point. That was nice
You
knowing
can-
you.
I mean, you can use
You
a
do
hero
have,
point.
you have hero points.
Yeah, let's re-roll and keep any other result than that one.
Much better.
Yeah, 22 is much better. You guys are level 5. I think that's a success. Level 5. Yeah, 5 DC is 20, so.
Perfect.
3 rounds, if I remember?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. I set it for 3 rounds. Watch it fall off. For my last 2 actions, actually, yeah. Actually, I still have 3 actions, but no, for 2 actions, I'm gonna cast Soothe on Mayhem because that sucked.
Rally. Before you do that, Rallying Anthem is an action. It's just a free action to do the
It's a free
extension.
action to do the extension.
Yeah.
Counting is hard. But yes, I'm gonna cast Soothe on you to try
I will
and
take it.
heal
Thank you.
some hit points.
All right. Go ahead and roll the healing there. Just click the roll healing button in chat.
Thank you. A little bit helps. So if he crits me again, I probably won't die.
Yep, that's 11 points of healing.
Yep, and that's my 3 actions.
Okay. Regan, it's your turn.
Oh. How many hit points do you have left? I can't tell.
I've got 42 out of 68.
I have a lot of HP.
I'm okay, but I'm not amazing.
Yeah, well, I'm never amazing.
I
So
swear I
it's
just
wanna-
fixed this.
doctor's visitation, you.
Oh, well.
If you can take care of the guy, that might be better, but...
I don't know if I can.
That's the problem. I don't know either.
Yeah, I don't know. This I could still
Can
do
you bone
something.
shake him?
So this is one action to step and do
Oh!
it, and
Oh,
then
then
I can
fuck
do yeah.
I mean, do what you want. Sorry.
That's why I'm like it's one.
I
Otherwise, I'm
I'm
gonna be
getting
like,
healed. I was just like, I just got healed. Thank you, but also, feel free to do damage.
Yeah, well.
So you're
yes,
doing
okay,
Doctor's
so-
Visitation?
Yes.
Okay, so it's one action to move and treat wounds.
Yes. Do my battle medicine. Which
Or
I've
battle
hidden.
medicine, rather.
Yeah, I can definitely use more healing for sure, for sure. Oh, that'll be very nice. Thank you kindly.
Success for another 11 points of healing.
Barely. Worth noting.
Oh, yes, that was a 15 exactly.
Yes, those healer's gloves.
Oh, yeah, you did get saved by the healer's gloves.
Okay, and I'm gonna cast a spell, but it is my rouse skeletons, which I've never used before. It is a 10-foot.
Oh, yeah, if you click the place 10-foot burst, it should give you a little radius, and then you can put it at any corner.
Oh. I don't want to. This actually is great because it doesn't get any of the other rats.
That'll do.
You carefully rouse skeletons at a particular corner to just dodge all of the other wererats except for Girigs.
I think he might just like not take damage.
This is
It's okay. It's a reflex.
Okay, so
save.
skeletal arms start to like burst out of the ground all around him and try to grab at him. So he has to do a reflex save. He
Does
got
pretty
a
well.
28, so he succeeds. But he'll still take half damage. So roll the damage.
Yes. So he takes half of 7.
All right.
3. Moving a skeleton,
And-
but move my skeletons, and it's difficult terrain.
Okay, it's all
Don't-
difficult terrain there.
Yeah.
Good to know. So we cannot step through it. Mayhem.
5, 10, 15.
Okay, yeah, you
5,
circle
10.
around to the
The
north
fires
side.
that I'm avoiding this a sudden bursting of skeletal hands out from the ground, grasping at things. I will go around the fire to avoid that as well and focus on Girigs, and will let's strike him first. So just a straight up strike.
He will use nimble dodge.
Okay, so
He gains +2 to his AC, so that misses.
That does miss. Okay.
So he uses reaction to quickly kind of parry and dodge out of the way.
Okay. Third action.
He's fast.
He is fast. I want to grapple him. I want to hold him in place. I don't want him going anywhere. So third action, we will actually go ahead and attempt to grapple at map -4. If I could roll something, that would be nice, but I can't. So that is going to be
15's not good enough. He rebuffs the grapple attempt. Then he will counter stab with the rapier. 21's a miss. Oh, but I have hero points. What am I doing?
I don't know. What are you doing?
I'll use a hero point. Get him, Girigs. Reroll. It got worse. It's a 20. Alright, yeah, he lunges for you, and then, having missed, he will then try to bite you.
Okay.
He'll kind of twist his neck to snap at you.
It'll hit me.
Ooh, just barely hit. 23.
Well, let me ask you this:
Oh,
are
yeah?
his allies actually flanking?
Oh, no, his allies aren't flanking, and that was off guard from that. So no, that doesn't
Not
hit. That does not hit.
If his allies are not assisting, then I am okay.
Yes, they all seem to be kind of standing back. So yeah, he just barely misses you. And then afterwards he hisses, "What are you guys doing? Kill them!" And they all kind of just like looking at each other like, I don't know. And then he can't step, so he will stride.
And I will hit him for striding. Reactive strike. Hey, a 27.
That will hit. Roll the damage.
And even with his I don't know if that dodge still applies, but
Oh, does it last until the
just
end
the
of the
tr- just the
turn?
trigger.
It's just the triggering attack, yeah. Okay.
So 8 points of bludgeoning as he moves around the fire and smack him up along the backside of his. Probably just kind of hitting him on the back as he's moving around the flames.
Okay.
On its stick.
And I guess on his turn the reaction would refresh, but he would not use the reaction there. But okay, yeah, he'll take the bludgeoning hit on his back as he moves away from you and out of the skeletal hands. Felix, he has come running towards you.
I'm gonna finally get to use this, and it's gonna be my greatest act as a bard.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
All right.
casting grease.
Oh yeah, how did you end up getting grease?
So I took this as Felix's tattoos have grown more ornate.
Right. Okay.
I have suddenly gained the ability to make surfaces slick.
I don't know how to feel about the fact that somehow these Verizian tattoos or whatever have somehow caused you to be greasy. That feels really strange to me. But
It's one of it's a.
He's
skill.
not greasy. He's
I'm
slick.
not.
that's the ticket.
Thank you, Jason. That's a perfect recovery.
100%.
All right, so he's got to do a reflex save against DC 21.
Yeah.
33. He crit saves. You do need to put the.
I'm trying to figure out how to put the thing down.
Oh, it didn't.
It's
You can just make a.
right?
It's what,
Or
4
is it
squares?
a target.
I'm trying to make 4 squares.
4 contiguous 5-foot squares.
You kind of have to
Uh,
make them individually.
You can
If I
do.
remember, you can make like rectangle. Like that.
Yeah, you can do a box, or you can. Yeah.
Oh my.
Oh yeah,
gosh.
you can draw like that. Drawing
I'm
works.
sorry, I'm making a mess.
That's fine. Okay, are you just doing those 4 squares around him?
Correct.
Okay,
And then for my
easy
my
enough.
last action would be to step out of the way.
All right. So yeah, grease spills out underneath him, but he catches himself very easily. Regan.
Oh, it's greasy. Well, I will sustain the spell, which means I can move it. Sorry, tell you can get tickled by the skeleton.
It's fine.
They don't do a ton
That's-
of damage.
I'm okay with it, and I'll take it.
I think I can grab it with this.
And he will have to
Nope.
continue to make that check so long as he stays in there.
Yes.
How do I move my little skeletons?
If you go to
Um,
the measurement controls, you can
Oh, the measurement.
select and move your little thing.
Oops.
It's the
So you're using an action to sustain them.
Yeah.
it's like in the upper left instead of token controls, it's measurement controls, and then you
Yeah,
can
you
Oh,
click
I see.
measurement controls. You
Yes.
can click on the
Aha.
center of it and drag it around. Yeah.
Try not to injure the rats.
That will catch Mayhem, but if you move it one
I
down,
do
that won't.
know that.
But we would catch the other rat. No, I'm fine. I'm
I
fine.
can
being
move
caught.
it 20.
Oh, I see.
So it was here. 1, 2. It's me.
Yeah, I guess you don't have much choice. Okay.
Actually, this might be okay. Because I would rather he just have a harder time moving. I will get caught in
sure.
this.
It does catch you, so I'll
Catch
need.
me. But if I'm gonna catch my friend, I shouldn't mind about catching myself either.
True.
Up to you. But if you're comfortable with that, I will take the. That
Actually,
moved from my space,
I
right?
could, because it doesn't matter when I sustain this.
Oh,
I
yes.
Could move.
You could sustain it
First.
after you move.
Yes. Oops. Just kidding.
Drawing tools are amazing.
So, one day we'll move. Here.
You can move the area of the skeletons up to 20 feet within the range of the spell, and deal 2d6 slashing damage with a basic reflex save to each creature within the new area. So it can bypass me if you move it to an area that doesn't include me.
Yes, that's what I'm.
Neat.
I realized
not
I can
realize
do
that.
now.
Cool.
So I have
I was
this.
ready to take the damage if it moved from my space. It's like,
Oh
alright,
yeah,
fine.
it's wherever it lands, which is nice.
That is cool. That is
that-
very cool.
Yeah, they like go back underground and then pop up in a new spot.
Oh,
Okay.
what a lovely place for it. Move it this way. Felix is not in the skeletons; they're around him.
Yeah,
and-
so you back away,
away.
far enough to move the skeletal arms so that they grasp there. Could you put the spell in chat again? That way I can... Oh, I can also just scroll up. There it is. Thank you. Reflex save.
Yeah, somebody's good at reflex.
He does. Yeah,
He is very good at it.
He's a little dodgy boy. 35 is going to crit succeed. So he does manage to kind of twist and turn to try to get out of the way of the skeletons. Mayhem, your turn.
Can I stand in fire?
There's only 2 for me.
Can. Oh, no, you moved and then... Oh, you're right. You have one more action.
I'm moving
Sorry.
sustain.
Oh, yeah.
Is this a spell you can sustain multiple times per round?
Yeah.
I think so.
Multiple times? Oh.
The first time you sustain a spell each round, you can move the area.
Ah, okay.
So you could sustain it multiple times, but there's no reason to.
Yeah, there's no bonus effect. Okay.
I couldn't keep pummeling with the...
Yeah, some spells you can do that with, but like a spiritual weapon or whatever it became.
Ooh. What's this do? You know, I said that as if I had something I wanted to do.
Draw an item.
What is the cone? Yeah. Oh. Nope, that would take much longer too, as I'd go through every scroll I have.
Well, I mean, if you want to
Right.
take a moment to draw an item, we can move on while you look through the options.
Oh,
alread.
Yeah,
yeah.
if you're
Okay,
drawing an
that's
item,
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Pick out what
You're
you want
right.
to draw.
No, that's
You know-
good. I'll just
No
spend forever looking for it.
Okay.
All of the
No,
20,000
'cause I can't
scrolls
use
you've
it yet.
accumulated so far. You got plenty.
She starts ruffling, like, this is the time to read.
All right, you draw an item. Mayhem.
So, confirming, I can stand in fire?
I mean, yeah, sure.
Me.
You can. I think you can go into the skeletal zone without. It only does damage on Regan's turn.
Let me double check here. The first...
The area they feel is difficult terrain. It deals slashing damage when it appears and then when it's sustained. So yeah, you
Okay.
can stand in it.
Then I will just move over to step. I will step to the southwest to be up close and personal with rat folk here. Gurgis.
Gearigs.
Thank you. And second action is going to be to grapple. I'm gonna try. I don't like him not being grappled. I want him grappled. There we go.
All right, 30 will be a success. He is grabbed.
Okay, and now we start beating him. And that is a 20 to hit. I don't think that's going to do it.
20 doesn't hit, even with
Okay.
off guard.
That's it. That'll be our turn. But we've got
Okay.
him grabbed. So
His turn, he will try to escape. Guess that's an acrobatics check versus your fortitude DC or athletics DC. Fortitude DC, I forget.
forward, I think. Where's my escape macro?
Escape is
It's not bad.
against athletics DC.
Athletics. Okay, cool. Athletics
Let's-
DC is 23.
23. Okay. So he will try to twist his way
Oh,
out.
First try.
25
no
will
problem.
succeeds. Will succeed. Can I not remove the grab? What do you mean can't remove grab? I want to remove grab.
Nope,
You can't
do
click.
it.
Oh, here it is. The grab until end of turn. Okay, I see. Cool. Okay, so he does twist out of the grab. How does grease work with him on top of it there?
If he steps, he's okay, but if he tries to walk, he will have a problem.
He can't.
Unfortunately, I don't think step. So
because it's difficult terrain. But he will try to bite you. Oh no. He'll go for the rapier stab.
rude.
Rapier's got deadly. If he crits, it'll be good. 23, not good enough. Hero point. Try again.
Just not destined.
22 again. Minus
You
1
learn-
on a
you
hero point.
Learn from your hero point history that re-rolling for you is usually a bad idea.
Yeah.
I love
Oh,
when
I
you
should.
do it.
Mm,
I love when you do it.
I should have used Uprising, but oh well.
You don't
Oh
have
right.
enough points.
I think I forgot to say. Today's episode is brought to you by the Uprising card.
But yeah,
I
you
said it
used all your
pre-show, but-
points. We
Yeah, I
confirmed.
should have used my point.
We're all neutral here.
Okay. Well, with third action, he has to try to get away, so he's gonna try to move.
I'm gonna hit him for that. It's rude to try and get away from me like that. And that's a natural 1, so he gets away just fine.
Excellent. Well, maybe
Sorry.
because he has to roll against reflex save against grease because he tried to move. Okay.
Uh-huh.
He still crit
Uh-huh.
saves out of the grease. I guess he has to go this way. 5, 10, 15, 20. Well. Yeah, 15, 20. Okay, yeah, he goes. No.
I mean, you could go diagonal.
He's so stuck. 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, yeah, so he will charge kind of forward towards Regan.
Stop that.
Felix.
I'm gonna cast blindness as he comes past.
That's a good choice.
Throw some hands over his eyes. Does a fortitude save?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Is that a natural 1?
That is
That
a
is-
natural one.
That is a critical oh my god, I just read what it ah.
It's non-lethal.
I have a hero point, but I like this too much.
Maybe we can have a discussion about what permanently means in this context, because like
It
I
permanently
should.
means permanently.
I mean, it can be so it can be magically dispelled,
okay.
but
Yes.
it does mean that it doesn't naturally wear off otherwise, which
Well-
means it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what happened.
Wow.
And this is from a spell slot?
Yeah, this is from
Okay.
this is a spell I have.
Sorry. It's incapacitation. It's incapacitation.
Okay.
Oh,
It would just be the
oh.
1 minute.
wait, what is... Sorry, how does
Well,
incapacitation
is he level 5?
work? He is level 6, so...
Then I think it still is fine. I think it's
Okay.
still less because of that. It's equal to or less than the level, equal to or higher than the level of the spell cast would be, would allow to succeed by 1 greater than normal. If it's less than the spell
Oh,
cast.
right. Okay. So 6 is not good enough. So it's still a critical failure. Yes.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean,
Right.
sure. I'm not going to
Hold on.
complain. I'm just double checking.
And I'm not trying to be a
I-
monster, but I could also go use the
I always
extra
forget.
thing.
Of more than twice the spell's rank.
Yes,
the
has to
spell's
be more
rank
than
is-
twice.
So if it's 6, then yes, you're
Yep.
right.
He is a level 6 creature. So sadly, he's blind. So you reach out and a dark shroud emits from your hand, wisps over his eyes like a blindfold, and as it like dissolves, his eyes are just like white, and he's just looking around angrily. You feel that it worked quite well.
Damn. For my third action, I was gonna pull out a wand of fear and get that in hand. But I
All
feel
right.
like I may have already had my impact. But okay, then it's my turn.
You're welcome to have more of an impact if you want to keep having impact. Go right ahead. Damn, that was good. That was so good.
Regan, you see him.
Keep having...
Garrix is suddenly like looking around, confused, as if he can't see.
Well, she has a scroll, but she's just gets like shorter, like little like, and then she sneaks, not sneaks, but like scoots. Let's see, 5, 10, 20. Get over here. And then, well, everyone's just gonna get in this now. 5.
So it would have been. That looks like it would have been 2 actions to get over there.
Yeah, that's 2, and then I sustain 1, 2. Felix is in the skeleton now, but I like
You
how
can
we're
actually throw it against the back wall, I think,
I can.
to not catch Felix.
I
Yeah,
wanna
don't
catch
put me in the bone
rats.
zone.
Alright, I put
you go.
you out of the bone zone. Let me.
Pop it in chat so I can
Again.
roll the save. Okay. Blindness doesn't hurt his
Still
reflex
succeeds.
save,
Critically.
but he still succeeds.
You can still.
He hears
feel
something.
the,
His ears twitch, and he starts to twist out of the way.
There's
Oh!
Oh, it's an 11. That's a good roll.
11
Good
points, so
damn.
he
Half
takes
good
half at 5. What was that?
I'm
Oh.
hidden, apparently.
Oh,
Oh, 'cause
I would
okay.
sure hope
Oh,
so.
because you're blind. It's gonna start just auto-rolling for anything I do. Okay.
Your
boy.
ears
Oh.
flapping.
All right, Mayhem, it's your turn.
Gonna close in on the blind rat and attempt to knock him unconscious if I can. We'll start with just batting upside the head. The target didn't work. 32?
32. Is that considered?
Is blind considered flat-footed? Are you, or off guard?
I'm trying to remember if off guard and flat-footed share the same. There's our flat-footed and blind have the same penalty.
They do not.
Oh, blindness does not have a penalty.
No, blindness has a penalty to attacking, but does not have a penalty to defense.
Okay. In that case,
And-
that is just a hit.
Okay, that's fine. I will still hit him. Shebang.
With a
10 points of
32
bludgeoning.
hits. Bonk! You smash him on the head. He whirls around.
And while he's
and
rolling
hisses
around,
at you.
I will go ahead and grapple. That is with map. That is a 20 to try and grapple. I don't think that succeeds. It's a failure.
Yeah, 20 doesn't quite work because of map. You try to grasp at him, but he just manages to kind of push you back with his claws.
Okay. But we've got him backed up a bit. It's his turn.
His turn, he will hiss and kind of froth as he stabs at you with his rapier.
Try and talk him down, Felix. I'm just going to beat him in unconsciousness at this point.
Why is it not including the blindness penalty? Where is it? Blinded? Blinded.
I think it's just the flat check.
Oh,
for
of course.
blinded.
It's just hidden. It's the flat check, of course.
And perception checks do take a penalty, but
Right. Okay. He passes the hidden check 11, but he fails the attack roll at 23. You know what? I'm feeling lucky. I'm going to use one last
All right.
point. Oh wait, did I get another point? Oh, someone gave me a point.
you
Okay.
got one for free, so you actually have 2 extra points.
Excellent.
A blind rat.
Cool. I will use a
Working this
point.
time.
I want
Blind
the blind
rat.
rat to hit.
Dabs twice in the dark.
Yay! 27 hits.
It does.
He gets his lucky stab. 18 points of piercing.
Got a good stab.
That's a good stab.
Second attack is a claw swing. That is going to miss as he fails the flat check. Oh, what did I actually roll? I need to fix my CSS. Okay. And third action. Oh, what does he do? I think he's gone mad. He's just gonna claw.
Okay.
Ooh, he's angry.
Double 20s.
Oh, that was a
Uh,
natural 20 on the hit? Okay, damn. Okay.
Yes, natural 20 on the hit and natural 20 on the flat check. He really wants to hit you.
That
so
will
that
hurt.
27 is going to crit.
Hurt a lot.
Oh, Tully.
Ooh.
As
I am
he
still-
just does a blind swipe. 33. You
Ooh.
have two
Ooh.
HP.
I'm so glad
that's
I
his
helped you
turn.
heal. Damn.
Felix.
Like I said, I would. If you want to talk him down, go right ahead. I'm beating him into unconsciousness at this point.
Briggs is he's just like screaming at this point.
Yeah, I don't really think that talking him down is gonna work. He's
Fair enough.
enraged at this stage. I'm gonna put up rallying anthem again. So here's my performance check. That
Hey,
is
natural
nice.
20.
Okay, so that's
Oh,
3 in a
crits.
row. All right.
I think on a crit for that you get the focus point back.
You
No,
don't, but
you don't get
No.
the focus point back. You just get 4 rounds.
I will take 4 rounds.
So
That was wishful thinking. No, I was gonna cast. Now I have to decide. Well, I was gonna cast fear on him. But I would really like Tully not to die. Regan, are you gonna help with the not dying problem, or should I?
I mean,
I think I have to physically come up to you.
and she already did. I think I'm immune, aren't I?
I can do it once to one
Oh,
person, twice.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
Reagan has 1 additional use of battle medicine.
Fear would
points
also help me
after
not
they
die
remain.
as fast as he.
Yeah, I
not
could
hit
come over
season.
there. And do
Yeah,
that.
I'm gonna commit to the fear action. It's what I prepped for. And if we have to revive you again, we have to revive you again.
Or if I die, I die.
So yeah, I'm gonna cast fear on
Garrigs?
Garrigs.
I am here to take hits. That's my job.
It rolls the will save. That doesn't look good. 20 is a failure.
Yeah.
So he is frightened 2.
Nice.
As he's now scared and blind. What? No! And you have 1 action left, I think? Oh, no. You rally anthem and then spellcast. All right, Reagan, you're up.
Them 3's actions. Yeah, I'm
Sneak.
looking at Herald cards to see if I can intensify this in any way, but I don't think I
Sneaking
can.
around.
You don't have enough points, I don't think.
Yeah.
All right. Doctor time. Doctor.
That you, move around the fire and bypass the grease on the floor to get up to Mayhem. That is another 15 exactly on the battle medicine, so 9 points of healing to Mayhem.
I want to re-roll that actually. I want there to be more than
Oh,
9.
you're gonna try
I-
again? All right.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd have to crit.
Oh, I'd have to crit to get more than 9.
Well, I mean, you can't re-roll the healing. You have to re-roll the actual.
No, I know. Would anything
Yeah,
like
to-
above 15 not get me?
You'd have to get a 25.
Okay, never mind then. So I do 1, and then I sustain this.
All right, so
Do I have
reflex
to
save
move
again.
it?
You don't have to move it.
I do. Okay. Yeah. So chilling in there with skeleton hands. Let me put it in.
Skeleton's reflex save. That looks like another crit.
Doing great.
32. He can hear things.
And so I have a question about a scroll. Does it
Mhm.
take only 1 turn to cast a scroll regardless of how long it takes to cast the spell, or is the scroll as long as it takes to cast the spell normally?
Scrolls. So once you have it in hand, it takes as long as it takes to cast the spell.
Okay, 'cause I'm holding this scroll. Is a summon scroll that I just scrolled away from. I think it's level 2, summon undead, which I don't think I've done a level 2 skeletal soldier. I think I only had the level 1, which was a -1. So this would be a level 1 skeletal soldier. I will find.
But you don't quite have the actions for it right now, right?
I have 1 action left, don't
don't you need 3 actions to? Sorry, the
spell?
answer was you need the number of actions
Oh, my bad.
that the spell
bad.
has. Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, I thought you just said you had 1. My
no.
bad. Yeah, I don't. Well, I don't like.
Oh, it is affiliate anniversary. Yay! Thank you, Permafrostbite.
Actually, no.
I-
No, I didn't lie.
Hmm?
Because most of
Are you
these. No,
moving
I'm
back?
just talking to myself. Yeah, because I'm like most
Okay.
of these will take 2, so
Okay.
I will just move.
So Regan treats you, reactivates the skeletons, and backs away. Mayhem.
Let's beat him up. Nightstick, attack 1. Can I get a better roll than that? We're gonna use a hero point and see what we do.
All right.
Nope.
That
Same
3
literal
turns into another
points.
3. Yep.
Attack number 2. It's a natural 1 because
It's a natural 1. You're swinging at him, and
Fuck
he.
away.
He's blind.
It is blind
Yeah.
fury. He is erratically dodging.
I'm
Somehow.
not able to hit this
He's
thing,
got like
and I'm
after images. He's gone full anime.
This is something else, and I'm not prepared for it, so I'm backing the fuck away. All right.
Unfortunately, okay. Well, now Girigs has to find someone. So,
will be very quiet.
perception. He's gonna kind of sniff at the air.
Let's take a perception check to regular perception checks, I think. Though I guess smelling is.
Oh, actually, he does have scent.
Is it a precise sense?
It is imprecise,
Then it still is a -4 penalty to perception checks.
but he doesn't
It's
have
only-
to actually search for you. In that case.
Okay.
Oh, you said I don't think so.
I will agree with you. I'm going off of what it said in blinded, which is if vision is your only precise sense, you take a -4 status penalty to perception checks. So,
Because what's the
But
point
if
of
you're-
imprecise?
if you can smell people nearby with your imprecise sense, then works fine.
Yeah, you can usually sense a creature automatically with imprecise sense, but they're hidden instead of observed.
Which is how it is now. So you can know somebody's there, but you still have to do the hidden check. Cool.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay, so he is aware. Sniffs at the air, can smell that Felix is nearby, and will try to attack Felix.
My damn perfume.
He's still
so good.
spooked.
Oh no.
That 4 is gonna miss on the hidden check. He will try.
That would have been fucking almost a crit.
Yeah,
It
I'm
would've-
very happy.
Yeah, that 32 was just shy of a crit thanks to Rowling Anthem, but it didn't matter because the hidden check failed. Thanks, blindness. He will try to claw at you, though. That is... He bypassed the hidden check, but the 18's gonna miss. And... I guess he's gonna... Well, no, he knows something's there. He will just try to go for another claw. And a 12 on the attack roll and a 2 on the flat check means that is a miss. So he's just flailing wildly. Felix, and then Regan, and then Mayhem.
Let's do a little bit of walking. 5, 10, 15. 20, 25. This is a good spot. I like this spot. This is behind all the people who can protect me. And then have a soothe. My last one.
Alright, you back away to the rest of the group. These wererats kind of huddle away from you a little bit.
Wow.
Oh,
As good as
max
that could
roll.
get.
14 points of healing to Mayhem. And Reagan, it's your turn.
I sustain my spell and I'm gonna move it. So he has a bit of trouble.
You move the skeletons in front of him so that he has to move through it to get to you.
And they're gonna do their little skeleton thing.
All right, reflex save. That should be one higher because Frighten should have gone down one. So he will only just. Oh no, he'll still crit succeed that at a 32. So
He's doing
no
very well.
damage.
And I'm gonna just try and whack him with this pan.
Oh, with a telekinetic projectile? Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a pan lying on the ground near the campfire, so fling
and
it
then
at
how
him.
great I'll do. Go, my pan. Oh dear. It's 14. Don't think that's gonna hit.
Yeah, 14 flies across the room, clatters against the back wall.
Bring.
Mayhem.
Snacking back. There's now a bunch of bones in my way.
Sorry.
But they
They're
only hurt
protective
you
bones.
if they start. If you.
We're gonna start by
you still have to-
pulling a healing potion off of our belt and chugging it.
Be encouraging people to heal by making. Don't.
Yes.
Bone.
Actually, tempted
Oh,
to do
your
a
volume
second.
got a lot louder. Can you turn yourself down a little bit?
Sure.
Will?
Helps if I actually do the thing the way
Okay.
I'm supposed to and not
Yeah.
double mic myself.
Okay.
Habits.
That works.
For all reasons.
No
it was
worries,
time
no
to be intimidating.
I am trying to intimidate from all the way over here. So healing potion to start with. Got myself an extra 9 hit points from a lesser healing potion.
Yep.
Golly gee willikers. I am going to draw the returning shuriken and throw it as one action. I believe that's an attack. Just a draw and throw.
Oh, yep.
See, then I can actually roll something. 25 to hit?
Yeah. 25 does hit. Roll damage.
Even with the range penalty. Okay. Not that it does a whole lot of
Yep.
damage. 8 points of piercing damage, and as the shuriken pierces into the creature, it actually vanishes and appears back into Mayhem's hand.
Yeah, like cuts across his face, and as it's flying past him, it disappears
Quickly.
and reappears in your hand.
Reappears in my hand, and third action. I'm tempted to just throw it again. But I think actually I'm going to go ahead and draw another potion and heal again. So we'll spend 2 actions healing
Okay.
and 1 action throwing a shuriken. And another 12 hit points back for Mayhem.
Wait, sorry, how'd you draw... How are you drawing potions so fast?
Oh, sorry. Well, the potions are on my belt, so I should be able to draw that and consume with a single action. As long as it's not contained
Is that
within
the
the bag.
case?
My understanding with the
I thought
change
you
to
can
how they
only-
have inventory. They got rid of bandoliers and stuff specifically so that you could have everything on your person or in your bag.
Yeah, to draw with one action. To interact to draw. So it's interact to draw it off of the bandolier, and then interact to
I
drink
actually
it.
don't think I think you're correct. My apologies.
Okay.
So, we'll do that. Tap on. Cool.
What's the bonus to not having it in your bag then?
It is still
So
not in my
if
bag.
it's
It
in
only
your
takes one
bag-
action to draw and have in hand, but I still have to grab it in my hand and then consume versus one action
So,
to pull it out of the
If
bag.
an item... Yes, if an item is in your backpack, you actually need to use an action to take your backpack off.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
an
okay.
action to dig it out.
That's
and
what
then an
makes
action to use.
net.
Oh.
That's why it took
Yes.
a full round for him to do net from backpack and then to fling. But the potions are on his belt, so he can
If an
grab
ac-
them faster, but it still takes an action to grab and then a second action to actually consume.
Okay.
So, my
Yes,
apologies.
correct.
You're right. And so that was 3
Um,
actions.
all right. Okay. I was like, did I miss you drawing
you're-
2 potions? I don't think so.
Double
I
dipping,
was thinking I was just trying to be super healthy, but I'm not allowed.
I think-
It's okay.
chugging the bottom. Like,
I just want to be
do not
okay.
come over here.
He can smell you.
Try.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He'll have to
And
do a
he slips.
reflex save here
Not
Come
that he
on,
slips because he's
Grease.
as he
Grease.
walks into the grease.
This is the time,
Where's
Grease.
grease? Where is the grease? Grease. It's just against DC 21, right?
yeah.
Thank
Can't
you.
imagine he's going to have a hard time
Save.
with that because his reflex is ridiculous. But
Ew.
Yeah.
Yeah, his
No.
reflex is quite good. He scrambles on the grease. Is it every single time?
I believe so. Every single time through the
solid
grease.
creature. Using
As
an
long as
action
he
to
doesn't step
move
across.
onto the greasy surface. Okay, so yeah, he has to do it a second time here. As he starts to use his second action to move. He's
Son
just
of a.
walking
Mhm.
across the grease. Alright, 31's also a crit.
He's sped up by the grease.
Starts sliding like
It
skating
slides.
How
His
much
Iceman
movement does he
sliding.
have? Because that's all
that
difficult
was-
terrain, right?
That was the second action.
Yeah, that was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to get to there. That was one action, and then 5, 10 to get to here. So he's used 2 actions. And then his third action, he will try to stab at Regan.
Oh.
He passes the hidden check and hits with a 25.
Stop trying to stab me.
This rat is blinded. This rat is
That's not the
blind. I just want to make that
16
clear.
points of piercing damage.
Can't see us, and yet
Can't see you.
I can't see you, but I can smell you. Filthy
So good.
humans.
I am not a. God damn it. Not a human. Stop it.
Felix, your turn.
Okay.
First, it's you're a cat,
I'm gonna
then you're a
do.
human.
I think 2 things. One is I'm gonna go through the entire 3-round rigmarole that we just discussed, a 3-action rigmarole we just discussed, to get a wand out of my bag, put it into my hand, and use it, so I can heal Tully with my wand of soothe.
So yeah, if the wand's in your backpack, if you didn't have it, if you're not wearing it,
It's in my
Then-
pouch, which is not a backpack, but I don't know how we wish to rule.
yeah, spacious, like any kind of like bag that you've got. If you could wear it on your person, you should probably just be wearing it on your person.
right.
As long as you could have. What's your
If it's
encumberment?
in
Yeah, you could have
inventory
had it on your
and
person.
Either equipment or consumables that's on your person, kind of in a way you can access. If it's in a
Okay.
bag, like a spacious
Yeah.
pouch, then you have to take the bag off so you can get into the bag and go searching for it.
Yeah, the benefit of the pouch is to putting stuff in a bag is that it takes away from the carry weight of stuff that's on you, especially if it's a spacious pouch. And also that people can't just like swipe things off of your person. So if you intend to have that like in a battle ready spot, I'll allow you to have it in your belt.
I intended to
Um,
have that in a battle ready spot. I do not understand
Okay.
the intricacies of this rule.
Yes,
That's
yep.
fair.
So yeah, my intent is to then cast this, cast Soothe yet again to try and give a little bit more healing.
So yeah, you draw it from your belt, and cast.
Well, I will take that. Thank you kindly.
7 points of healing.
And then I actually wanted to activate a free action on my Mentalist staff, which is a thing I got a while ago, to cast Daze on
Hopefully not me.
not you, no. Great.
Oh, is it a? It's not a free action, right?
It says it's in the category of free actions under my spell. My
Oh,
character.
that's just the way it's displayed in Foundry. You have to you cast spell to cast a spell off of a staff. You have to cast it like a normal.
Okay, then I can't afford this because it's 2 actions to cast this
Yes.
cantrip.
Yeah.
Yep. And you'd also need to be
Uh,
holding it in your hand, and I think you're holding the sword right now.
Understood.
Aha! Hands.
You could swap you could swap the wand for the staff and then have the staff ready for next round.
Yes.
I will do that. I will swap the
Okay.
wand for the staff.
All right. One action to swap an item with the thing that is on your person. So put the sword away, sheath the sword, draw the staff. All right. You're now ready to cast with it. Regan.
Oh,
Garrick's still frightened. He's no longer scared.
5, 10, 15. I move.
Dart away from him.
I move. I move.
The
I
hand
put in
chase.
that. The skeletons come out and about again.
Send him through the grease again.
He rolls a reflex save. 33
very
will crit.
well. We don't mind.
Gosh, so rude.
They're slapping at him. 1, 2, 3. What shall we do with this? Extra. I can send a message. I can stare at all of the other rats. Luckily, they're not in the fight, which is nice. Well, you know what? I'll think very hard about wererats.
Okay. Yeah, recall knowledge. I would allow, let's see, Arcana, Nature, or Society. Unless you've got some applicable lore.
I do not. Arcana, Nature, or Society. Arcana is great. Let's think about them. And what do they know? 26.
26. So where's the DC? Okay, yep, that is a success. Yeah, you would obviously know that, yes, this is a wererat. What type of, you can ask a question about it.
Yeah, what's its worst stat? Is that a question?
Like its worst save?
Yeah.
Its worst save is Fortitude.
Okay. That is actually good for me to know. Cool.
Yeah, they're not, rats are not particularly hardy creatures, and turning someone into a rat. I mean, they resist diseases, but yeah, not much else.
Okay. I think that, yeah, that's 3 things to do, and I will consider all my spells again.
Mayhem.
Okay. We're going to take a step down to close in. We're going to try and smack him upside the head with a nightstick. 28. Looks
That will
like it
hit.
hits.
Yep.
Do some damage. 9 points of bludgeoning across the face.
Bonk.
We will go ahead and actually raise our buckler and stay here.
Okay.
In front of him.
Go into a defensive posture.
Yes.
All right. Gergs can smell you. He will try to attack you with rapier. Dealing with the hidden, but the 27 would hit, but the 1 on the flat check will miss. He'll try again. Well, he'll try the claw attack. His claw is agile. Uses a little offhand claw. Again, 26 would hit, but his blindness will cause that to miss.
Mm-hmm.
And third action, claw. 22 is a miss, even though he succeeded the flat check. Yeah, he's just clawing, stabbing at you. You're blocking, rebuffing it with the buckler. And he's just also going pretty wide. He's missing you pretty broadly.
I'm swinging at this point, yeah.
He has stopped saying anything remotely intelligible. Felix.
I'm going to cast that daze. I was so excited about.
Yeah.
all right.
Will.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Energy pulses from you.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah, it's a 16. That is a failure.
I know, he hears all this action thing.
That was Jack here.
Yeah,
Yes.
Jack has joined combat. So here's 6 points of damage in your eye. And for my remaining action, 5, 10,
Shirk's back in pain.
15, 20, 25?
Okay. Yeah, you round your way around the room as you're all playing Ring Around the Fire. Regan.
I'm gonna have such a lovely turn. I will sustain my bone spell.
All right. Do his reflex save. $35, crit
fine.
success.
So rude.
It's great. And then she's gonna go back in her bag, drop the scroll, and get a different scroll out. It's my turn.
All right.
Being a wizard is
Fishing.
fun.
Mayhem.
I got another one now.
Or beating up on the rat folk. I'm in the wrong thing
I
there.
really didn't want to turn this into that, but he's not gonna listen to any of that.
Okay, 31 to hit.
31 hits.
Okay. That's solid. That'll be fine. 7 points of bludgeoning. How's it looking?
Crunch.
Is he still-
He's still up. Remarkably, he's like in a berserker state almost.
Okay. Then we're gonna keep beating him. That's a terrible roll. That's a 17. That's not gonna do it.
17's a miss.
I think we will raise our shield again.
Okay.
Actually, no. We are going to
Nope.
go into dueling parry instead. It's a little different, as instead of raising the buckler, we're going to just kind of keep our hands open and be prepared for whatever is coming our direction.
All right. Well, you're still there, so stabs are coming. Rapier.
Oh.
34 would have hit. It wouldn't have crit thanks to dueling parry, but the flat check failure is not going to do it for the 2. Yeah, claw attack. Again, a 30 would have hit. You're dodging.
That was such a gamble, and it was such a bad
Oh,
gamble.
no.
Yeah, all 3 of his attacks have missed thanks to his blindness. He's starting to run out of steam.
That blindness is paying off finally. Okay.
Felix.
That really is magic.
But it's helping a lot right now.
I'm out of focus points, but I'm just gonna cast Rattling Anthem to get it up for a round. Cause anything helps.
Does.
And then I'm gonna cast Haste on Mayhem.
Okay. That actually really helps, thank you. I'll just beat the shit out of this guy.
All right, you've sped him up. You've given him another action. Or I was already on. Okay.
I was trying to, and I think that Jack is attempting to interfere with my spells at this stage.
It's suggesting
All right.
that the rat has haste right now, so...
Regan.
I did not mean to give the rat haste. I'm sorry.
Not
I can-
actually.
No, it's on you.
Okay.
I just see the little foot thing on there that suggests quicken, so...
Oh, yeah, what the fuck? Oh, I see. Okay. There we go.
What do you think you're doing, rat folk?
I'm going fast.
Gotta go fast.
I guess
You're
to
not
do this, I
Sonic.
won't be sustaining my little skeletons.
All right.
Do they go away, or they just don't do anything?
They go.
At the end of your turn, they go away.
Alright. Well, they did their best.
The skeleton hands retreat into the ground.
Instead, I'm gonna do a 3-turn reading my scroll, which I hope is opening the scroll to read it an action.
No, you've already
Okay.
drawn it, right? So if it's
I was like, I
in your
swear to
hand,
God.
yeah, if it's in your hand, you just use the number of actions to cast the spell.
It is a Fortitude save.
Are you
this
you're doing
one?
a 3-action one? Yeah, push that. Cool. I do the Fortitude save.
Fail it, you little shit.
Son of a...
Ah! That's okay.
He rolled high. 28 will
still-
succeed, but not crit succeed.
It still does things, and I still move him.
Move it into the
little-
fire.
Oh shit! I didn't even think of that. I should.
You get 5 feet.
Yep.
So how does Bone Shaker work? Oh, you
roll-
seize their skeleton.
I just shake it around. Yeah. And
Dealing
3
14
turns-
points of bludgeoning damage as you hear his bones crack and shake,
Ah.
rattle.
I just
snap.
vibrate them, and I can move him 5 feet on a failure. I don't know how much you can move them on a success.
On success, you can move 5 feet. They can choose to fall prone to avoid moving. If they failed, it would be up to 15 feet.
Critical failure, and you cast me. Move 15. I see.
Critical failure would be
Alright.
super cool, but alas.
I'm just gonna flip a coin to see if he'll prefer
Yeah.
to. If it's 1, he will fall prone. If it's 2, he'll just get moved.
Falls
That's 1.
prone.
He falls prone
Blarp.
as
He's
he
prone
feels something
now.
pull him, and he tries to resist, and just
And
falls
falls
to the
over.
ground
Alright, now he's.
We can work with that.
as he hisses.
Yeah, I
Alright.
hiss back.
Smack!
cat.
Mayhem.
Oh, fucking dice. Come on. Is a 27 or 21 going to hit?
21 does hit thanks to him being on the ground. Yep.
Thank
Bone shaker.
you.
baby.
Thank you, Reagan.
It
Thank
hits
you, Char.
exactly.
12 points of bludgeoning as we just start wailing on this thing.
Are you going for lethal or non-lethal?
It's non-lethal, but we're
Alright.
going for conscious.
Our patience
Okay.
is wearing thin.
Your patience is wearing thin, but you land one good as his body slams to the ground. He's like trying to scramble to claw to get up. He's like let go of the rapier, but you let one really like high overhead swing right onto his snoot. Boop it so hard you all hear a nasty crack. All of the wererats go. Ooh. And he lets out one last angry gasp and falls unconscious.
Ugh.
Well, there's your sacrifice if you really want it.
No, he's not dead.
But I think we can come to a better agreement.
I think his pride might be dead.
Pet
Well.
the wererat's head. It'll be okay.
I think as you look around the room to see the reaction from the other wererats, I think that's as good a time as any to stop for the evening. We ran really long. Sorry, I wanted to end the fight, but
Oh my gosh, that fight would not
Oh.
stop.
that was nasty.
Seriously.
But talk about a clutch blindness.
Yeah, my goodness.
Seriously.
Yeah, Bone Shaker is also really good. Good call there.
Yeah.
And also, just
I'm like
that.
going till he scrolls like that.
one of these. One of these. This is the one. Yes.
I'm glad I figured out it was fortitude because I'm like, I have one spell that's a fortitude spell, and I sure hope it's fortitude, and
Yep.
it's good that it was.
This is why we wizards have to carry multiple types of spells, unfortunately. All right. Well then, thank you all for joining us. Hope you all enjoyed our silly sewer time. We will be back next week with another episode. So stay tuned. See what these rat folk have to say. Anyway, bye everybody. Have a happy Halloween and go vote. Please vote. Please fucking vote. Don't let anyone tell you that your vote doesn't
Early.
matter. I don't care where you are. Vote now. Vote early. Vote often. Vote
Vote
as
vote
many
often.
times.
Vote hard.
Yeah.
Is your legal job to.
Yes, please. If you are in the States, please fucking vote. Don't stop being lazy. Go vote. All right. Anyway, I love you all. Unless you don't vote, in which case I hate you. Good night. Bye.